Oh,
Let's start this
someone just died.
shit.
Okay, alright. Okay, we get it.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Bella.
Oh, Bella.
Actually, no, I'm
Bella
not sure.
is Kel.
I think you should say it again.
Rest in peace.
I forgot. Fun fact. My short-term memory can be so bad sometimes. Like I actually forgot what I was repeating over and over again just then.
You're gonna do the intro?
I love Naked Isaac.
Hi
Whoa.
guys, it's Heroes
I
of
love Clothed Isaac,
Terofane
too.
once again, streaming live on Twitch. This time it hasn't been a month since the last session. That's pretty cool. But yeah,
Nice change of pace.
let's jump right into it as I like to do because the first thing we always do is who would like to do the recap of the last session, and if you do it as your character, you get an inspiration. I should really put a thing in the map tools so you can keep track of your inspiration, where it's like a little
Yeah.
like
Do
light
I
or
even
something.
have it?
I'll do that
If I-
next time.
If I got inspiration for doing the intro like 6 months ago, do I still have that?
Yeah, if you don't use it, you still have it.
Pog.
That's why you should also just use it because it's not that hard to get it again. You just have to do the recap.
Okay, I don't have inspiration.
have it.
I'll go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Hundo Fear.
So I was hanging out on the boat, and then they came back and were like, the whole village is turned against us, and there's another group of reptiles or lizard men who all swore themselves to the ice dragon, and that was all news to me because I slept all day. And then it was like late at night, and we all sat around and we talked a little bit, and we got some. I had some coffee and stayed up because I had already taken my long rest. Watched guard while they all slept, and then the next morning, Blindbeak went fishing, caught a crazy fucking catfish.
That was me. That was me.
Feyre went fishing. Blindbeak only had the idea, and then Feyre executed like a master. I can't do that because I wear this plate armor everywhere. But then we ate that. We talked a little bit more, and then we started yelling into the swamp for Lorecrag and all our other cannibal lizard men that we had already met, and we wanted to tell them about how the town had been foregoing their sacrifices to the other tribe. It seemed like it was going to be pretty bad, and so they took us back to their camp, and we met their leader, and now we're just prepping for what to do next.
Indeed. So you had just talked to the shaman. That's what happened last time, and
Sexy shaman.
despite their a bit of a intimidating reputation, actually it went quite well. You seem to be in the good praises of the shaman lord of the cannibals of the drowned horde. But now you have been given basically about a day, or at least that's what the shaman lord said, to either come up with more arguments and talk to her about more plans of action, or instead just go throughout camp and try to get more boons. You are all preparing for some great fight with the dragon Malforic, and so basically this potentially is your time to prepare or do anything for those shenanigans. So you find yourself in quite a interesting place. Perhaps some of you feel more comfortable here than others. It is quite filthy and it doesn't smell great because there's nasty filth everywhere. Nobody's washed themselves, and the best smell is probably the gore-filled pots that are making some sort of magical sacrifice stew.
Well, I feel like one thing I always neglect is the procurement of resources before a tough battle ahead of us, if that is what we're getting ourselves into. Is there any place in here that would? I mean, it's probably be kind of hard to find a shop in the Cannibal tribe. Have they established shop here or some kind of trade?
You'd have to check, or at least ask
Did
Lord
you say that
Cannibal.
out loud?
The first part about procuring stuff. The part about asking if there's shop, no.
Okay.
Do I make a check for it? Do I
Oh,
just go
you
explore?
wanna do you can make a investigation check. Or if you want to talk to people, I'd say you can make just a base persuasion check. But you also know that it's hard to talk to these people because they don't seem to like you using common.
Yeah, not me specifically, it seems like.
Yeah, we need
I'll-
Hundolf here to do most of the talking.
Exactly. I'll just make that.
Ooh!
That's pretty good. That's pretty
I
dang good.
smell trade.
So you surmise
smell
from
the free
walking
market.
through camp that there's not really any stores. It doesn't seem this seems like a very tribalistic and maybe even sort of communal group, which means that they don't do a lot of trading per se, as much as they all put in effort and take only what they need. So the biggest trade you can see is yeah, those cannibal commies. The biggest, most obvious signs of trade in heavy quotations you can see are probably that there are these open areas with resources, and you see occasionally under some of these tents and other shelters, you see that there are piles of different items. There are some weapons kind of on racks, and you see like piles of wood and other kindling and such. And I'd say the biggest ones are these clearings where you see they pile up the meat and the water and the pots.
Okay. Is there any kind of cool armor they got?
The best armor you can find. Also, does anybody want to walk with Sinbad? Sinbad is currently RP walking into the fray of the camp.
I'll go with Sinbad. I'll see what Sinbad's up
You are
to.
definitely allowed to
Oh, no,
split up
fair. I'm
if you
glad you
want,
could join
but
me.
I would say that for this part particularly, it is important to stay together in some regard, because well, you find yourself in maybe not the most hospitable of locations.
I also want to follow him.
Doing translator duties.
Sinbad just now notices everybody behind him.
Everyone's just walking in a line behind Sinbad.
With
Yeah.
a regal posture, Sinbad was just trudging through this camp full of snarling and slobbering cannibal people.
On our way over, I can just have the Ulf walk, but I left a little something back at the hovel at the boat. Not only did I leave the other myconoids, but I left my familiar.
Yeah, I
Can
figured you would.
I? Yeah.
So,
And I would be considering like every day, couple times.
I'm going to allow you to do this, but I was reading the rules recently, and you can only see through their eyes if they're within like a certain amount of feet from you. But since we've basically been doing it that Sinoi has mega range with you, I'll say there's a delay, but your spores like spread on the wind, and you just have to wait like a few hours sometimes to get like to feel the right spores and send them through the earth and nature. So yeah, I'd say you can.
I thought it was just 100 feet for communication, but then you can dismiss it and then look through its eyes, no matter where. But anyways,
Either way, I'll allow it. It's just on
okay.
on a delay.
So is everything fine at home?
Yeah, the Reina is just sort of being very nervous, sort of looking around, and because the only people you left were Reina and Olive.
Olive?
While you guys are gone, I'll say though, they probably don't notice Sinoi very much, and they start kind of talking to themselves.
Aren't the other 3
private
myconoids still
discussion.
there?
Oh yeah, they're there too. I'll say you still overhear this. They talk a lot about their plans of where they would want to go, and Olive seems very. Olive says, "I really hope we get to go towards the Fade region sometime soon. It seems that we're having some difficult situations here, but we can't stay in this filthy place forever, right?" And Reina will sort of nod and say, "Yeah, we'll see. I trust them, but we're in a difficult situation." And they have general conversations like that. Some more private than before, just because you guys aren't around. And then meanwhile, your Myconid servants seem to be trying to hone their trap making skills because they were embarrassed the last time that they failed helping you. So they have been messing with little mechanics and stuff like that.
Very proud, very proud. I'm glad nothing evolves too bad. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's it. And I don't really think I'll relay that to everybody, but
Yeah.
good to know.
So Sinbad, you are walking along. You asked about armor. I'd say the biggest thing, and one of the coolest things that I think personally lizard folk can make in the rules for the race is that they can just make shields pretty easily. They have a lot of ramshackle shields. They're not as sturdy as other types of shields. There are a lot of like turtle shells and dried skins and such over a wood base. But other than that, they have a lot of sort of more ramshackle. A lot of, as you can see for themselves, they have a lot of bone armor and sort of tattered leathers and such.
Okay.
So nothing too fancy. I'd say the most interesting thing of note, especially with your investigation, is you do see that they like to pile up their filth-tipped spears and lean them against things. They seem to have a lot of these weapons that are made specifically, like some of them you even see being left, such as this, next to all of the gore and like just right in the mess of it so that they get all nasty, flies buzzing around them.
One thing. I would like to ready in action to throw my spear if anyone gets real aggro.
Okay.
I don't. Ooh.
You mean away, or do you mean at them? Do you mean you like kill them?
Yeah.
All right. Pharaoh is on bodyguard mode.
Do I see Favor holding up her spear?
Well, I'm basically always holding my spear, but you know.
But are you in like
Make
a
an
mode just ready
insight
to
check
huck it?
maybe to try to see that Pharaoh is a little on edge.
I wouldn't say I'm like on edge. I'm not like nervous or anything. I'm just like, some shit might go down. I should be ready for it. But
Okay.
other than that, I'm like waving at the lizard folk as we pass by them and saying hi and shit.
Got it.
A lot of them sort of snarl at you.
Little friendly.
You should
soul.
snarl back. Snarl. Do a good snarl.
You're gonna call me a freak.
Dio, you're already.
You made this joke before.
That's
You
fucked
got
up.
clipped.
You can't say that.
You got clipped last time.
You could get
I don't
actually
know.
clipped on Twitch this time.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You kind of just did.
All right.
The only thing that I can think of that could be cool is maybe taking like the shields they got. And is there any way to like attach
should
them
ask.
to my own sword hilt? Yeah, I'd ask. When he talks to me, I wonder. Probably should have brought Hundlefair over here now. I think about it.
Wow!
Sov can help.
Oh,
My
Sov!
one thing that I
I'm
learned
chilling with my
Draconic
boy
for.
Warcrag.
Literally the mental
Right.
translator of the.
I know. I spent all that time helping him out. It better be for something.
Almost forgot.
Send some little spories out, translating. Hey, my friend would like to borrow or have one of these shields. Is that possible?
Plenty of gold to.
No, about it. Says this one. We'll assume that the shields are leaning against this small wall, and the cannibal catcher goes, I saw you all talking with the shaman, and I respect that you were all respectful, but there's still something missing. You haven't brought your feast. You haven't brought
Do we still
your
have some of the-
contribution.
Do we still have some of the catfish?
It was like 3 days since you had caught that catfish. I'm not gonna lie.
Shit, you're right.
It's
Yeah.
probably all eaten up.
Fuck.
They want you to prove that you're a hunter, that you aren't prey. So you got to go get some meat to trade, I suppose, to show your ferocity.
Some other ones
kind of-
probably pitch in because you
what
guys
kind of
do kind of
rations
have a
are-
crowd.
Or are you just gonna give him rations?
Look
Look at this,
Yeah.
I killed it.
We need
This
raw
bread.
meat.
Exactly.
We need something fresh, not this dried, spiced garbage. We need bones for the marrow. We need blood straight from the raw, freshly slain meat. This guy goes, yeah, we need that meat.
Sinbad
If I
looks at
were
one
to-
for a second. He's like, I shouldn't.
If I were to catch you to provide some of the meat you two all seek, would you let my friend here take one of these shields?
Sov will translate.
How good it is. It's gotta be something impressive. You might have talked to the shaman, and you may be allowed to walk in the drowned horde, but you are not one of us. These shields are for one of us. You must contribute to our concoctions, and then you must partake.
Right here's one of the best hunters I've ever met. She can surely find some meat for this contribution.
Well, it can't be nothing small. You can't be just bringing us a frog.
Oh, I'll bring you more than a frog. I'm gonna go fish. I want to catch a big one.
All right.
A big one.
Would you like to maybe go over here or?
Yeah. I hate that my vision is still a tiny little circle when when I have favorite selected.
My bad. I think I changed it to something. I can change it back.
I think it was because we were darkness.
Before we walk off too far, so they have all this meat here. Did they got a bone pile going anywhere? Or they're
It's
just
yeah,
bones
no,
strewn
it's
around?
definitely you see some bones. They seem to use up the bones quite well and then be wearing them. It's like they can't really wear the meat, or at least they choose not to. So a lot of that stuff is a lot better kept or actually being used because it's quote unquote more useful. But you do see as there's kind of a constant as you observe the day to day, the sort of planned structure of how they do this. And you see there's kind of a constant work of maintaining these scattered flames and pots and adding more like fresh meat, and occasionally you see they'll like take a bone off of their hip, break it, and try to scoop out the marrow into the pot as well. It seems very
No
methodical.
bone piles cries.
I
If
mean,
there
the
are
shields
bone
are made out of
piles, there's
bones.
they're in the like they're under shelters, and you probably there. I'd say you could find bone piles if you have a specific use.
I do. I'll do it later though. I'll keep following and help them go on their hunt.
The shields are made out of bones. You said that, right?
Like turtle.
Yeah, no, I'd
Shells
say
and shit.
some of the shields are made out of bones, correct? But I don't know if that's the intended use.
No, I need like a specific like bone pile or a collection of many bones.
All right. We'll leave you guys to doing the fishing thing. I do want to catch up and go back here. I know you said what you wanted to do, Blind Beak, in the chat. But, sorry,
Smiles.
I'm like burping a lot. I got hiccups.
Yeah, it catches up.
Burpee boy.
Burp.
So Lord Crag seems to think and say, at least to you two, I think that I'm gonna have to get some people for this. It seems that the shaman has left the Malfolk hunt up to me, so I must gather my own troops. And as Lord Crag sort of looks at the group, you see that a lot of them won't necessarily meet his eyes or look to him with any sort of respect. And he sort of looks down and says, might be difficult to convince this bunch. They are
Is it because
demoralized.
he brought us? Or-
If you ask that, he would probably say, yes, this is probably a portion of it. Although you are strong, and I say you are hunters, you have not proven yourself to all of them, and they still see you all as outsiders. The strength of our tribe, of our clan, is in question, and I don't think they like that I'm bringing you all as a sort of solution.
So, question of Flint: they're like demoralized because we're here, or is it just because they've kind of been tossed around for a bit?
Probably both.
'Cause that's what it sounds like.
Basically, it sounds like they were tossed around a bit. They're in a flux where their clan is kind of falling apart, and now
Yeah, and their
somebody
champion
brought
fucked off.
outsiders to try to fix it, and so now they're like, oh, well, this fucking sucks. We're weak. These outsiders are, if they truly can, they're gonna prove us wrong. They're like, they just, the whole situation is unfortunate for them.
So it's like a pride thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That and xenophobia. But you know.
Smiles.
You know, in my experience, pride and fear has never assisted in a hunt or a raid. I see no use for this kind of moping about right now.
I agree. I'll try to convince some of the more ready ones, but we have to look out. So some of these still might be thinking about following the Beastmaster and the champion trying to join Malfolric.
If the plan goes well and you do help us with the town, it looks like things will be looking up. This is the rally you need, and so maybe
The town is probably the most difficult part. They don't like associating themselves with too much with those townspeople. They are fairly weak. Not hunters. Most of them. But I think if we can get the shaman's blessing on helping with the town, you can maybe convince a few of them to come with. But again, it might be difficult without something very, well, very representative of your strength.
what was that last part? Representative of what?
Of your strength.
What can we do to represent our strength?
Scratches the scales under his chin.
You,
Well, you
do your people practice rites of combat?
we do have our proving rituals in which we fight one another, but they are usually, well, they're for times when the pot is running low. It is every test here between one another is usually in somebody ends up in the pot, if you understand. Nothing
Well-
is left behind, and it's always to the death. Unless you guys can find some sort of creature out there that can prove your worth. Again, I think that killing that older froghemoth was enough for me, but that might not be such now amongst this large group. They seem, well, a bit more lost, and even I, when I set that test for you, didn't know the darkness of what had happened to our clan.
Well, I mean, I've not ever been one to shy away from a challenge before. I would be more than willing to undertake your rites of proving or whatever you refer to them as here. Whether I be the one in the pot or not.
Let's hope
If-
not. For
If
your
it's all
sake.
right, could I join in this with my ally?
Of course, well, we don't have too many concrete rules other than those set by our shaman, so these rites of proving are more of a sort of a thing decided at the moment. So you'll have to find a group or somebody that you are willing to challenge, and somebody that's impressive enough that, well, it would actually gain the respect of all of the people here.
That's so far. Like we have to find someone now. Man,
You
Or I could just
Gladiator
all
pits
know
are hard.
catch
that
a big fish.
I'm going to try to find some that are willing to come along either way. And he'll sort of start walking into the camp.
I feel like if we fight like a brute, it'll do something.
I mean,
Or we could like take the boat and go find a big beast of the river, kill it,
Or-
and bring it back.
I feel like that's what you guys do.
yeah. Listen, man, Hundlefair's not a hunter.
True.
That's not how he live.
You didn't grow up on a whaling ship.
No.
And how would we help you like fish? I mean, it only takes like 2 people, right?
True. I only need like probably someone to drive the boat.
Or some. I mean, if it's big enough, then you have to like fucking combat it. But you know,
Yeah.
I think you'll be okay.
So are you guys gonna like go off into the waters, or at least so who wants to join Feyre for fishing shenanigans?
How far are you planning on going fishing?
Not super far. I just want to be able to move around more so we can maybe find something big. I could just swim, I suppose.
No, because that shit's infected. That shit's infected.
Did you
I
once
think
before already?
Sinbad would join him fishing.
I mean, I could technically heal you after being infected, but if you have the thing Dante has, you're kind of fucked. Like, you're mega fucked.
Wait, are we being? Is our group assumedly being told about this right to combat?
I mean, we're very far away from each other right now.
Meet up with Blindbeak and Hundlefier, yeah.
Let's have a...
I mean, like, Blindbeak and I don't know about fishing. You guys don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that Sinbad.
Would you just
goes
meet up with
fishing
us?
then. Well,
Oh.
I don't think he was originally planning on meeting up though. If he did hear about this, then he'd definitely do it. Though that's the thing.
Would you guys tell us that you went fishing, or would you just fuck off?
If we're going like planning on leaving with the boat, I feel like it's a good idea to tell them that they're gonna be alone in the cannibal village.
I suppose.
Yeah.
And we took their transport, or the transport
We'll
that they
just
came on.
assume for ease that you guys meet up with info and plans.
Okay. Oh, hello.
So, I think I have a way to get us in good with the tribespeople here. I'm gonna fight someone.
Oh,
We're
I was
gonna
trying to
fight someone.
catch a large fish, but I suppose that works too.
You could catch a large fish. I mean, we could do both.
Make
Really
sure
make
it's
a good impression.
yeah, make it a spiky, particularly dangerous looking fish.
If you want, if we can find some stuff, I could probably ask one of the fish in there if they have, you know, a bigger adversary in the area. Can try and track something down.
Interrogate the swamp fish.
I like that idea.
I was originally planning on helping with this fishing, but are you alluding to honorary combats within this village, Hundlefier?
Obviously, I mean,
That's
is it even
exactly what we're doing.
is it a village worth visiting if they don't have honorary combat?
Forgive me, Pharaoh, I must join in on this.
I
Oh
want
no,
to beat someone the
no,
fuck
no
up.
hard feelings. I'm sure we can handle the fishing
Been-
ourselves.
It's been far too long since I've gotten to do this.
Me as well.
Are you good?
Male moment.
Yeah.
The masculinity
That was Dante.
over
Basically.
here.
Just men things, ritual combat.
Can't even see my beach ball.
Wagering your life for fun.
I don't care. I don't want to hear about politics. I just want to engage in ritual combat.
Me, for real.
Well, you all have fun killing the locals. We're gonna go fishing.
Well, hold on now.
Feyre, can you give me maybe 2 minutes? Maybe 2 minutes? And
Of course.
we can have a little extra help. Can I go find 2 bone piles?
I know exactly.
Is that
what you're trying
possible?
to do. Hold
Is
on,
that possible?
I have a thing for this.
Thank you.
What are you planning, huh?
I have a thing for this. Except
Looking
they're not
intently
soft
with my
themed,
one
but I do
eye.
have a thing I made before that is.
I'm still working on soft theme ones, but placeholders would be
He's-
fine.
Oh wait,
What, are
I
you doing a
should have done
giant
this
eagle
on a
fox?
different map. Fuck. Ah. Please hold. I am making.
I'll be right back.
Hold on. Wow,
We
wow,
should make an
wow.
intermission for the
Map
stream.
moment.
I just loaded up one of the fucking biggest maps known to man, so. On
You
accident.
loading the Haven map?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a big one.
It's
Big
the
boy.
biggin.
Although Brockmire's
I
pretty
thought
big
that
as well.
I thought Brockmire was bigger. Looking at what we've unlocked so far, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go up to the bone pile. I sprinkle some spores over it, and I just start chanting. Wop, 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 beep, wop, 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 beep, wop, 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 beep, wop, wop.
You do a dance with it too, I hope.
I love Sov. I love Sov so much.
Prancing on top of the fungal oof as it howls.
Mushroom dance.
Mushroom dance, mushroom dance.
All right, let's see if I can get the thing I had for this from a non-pursued avenue in Haven. Did I give him wacky? I did give him wacky stats. That's fine. You can use them with wacky stats. I don't really care. You're gonna have a few more things than your regular type of guys.
I also have some equipment to give them as well, but
All right, so Sav, you sort of go over to a pile of bones. I will say, as you do that though, and you start to sort of do some sort of ritual, having moss and such or other nature starting to grow over them, and obviously doing magical things, you attract the attention of some of the local peoples, and they will bark at you in Draconic and say, "Hey, no touching any of the leftovers. Those are ours. None for you outsiders. You didn't hunt that."
wow. I guess I have to do spores, but I will say,
What is this foul treachery? You're making little lights go in my nose.
My friend here just needs a moment to look at your bone pile. What do you want?
I don't like no witchcraft that they're doing. The only one that I trust with that is our holy shaman.
I'm sorry. Do you
I'm
think you
bringing
can fight the dragon
food.
on your own, or do you? If not, you should let us go about our business.
Make an intimidation check.
Please roll well.
Well, if we're not able to beat the dragon without the help of some, looks you specifically up and down, humanoid water person, with the help of some strange Highlanders and freaks, looks at Sav, then maybe it's better to be conquered by the stronger predator.
Call my friend a freak again.
Fuck him up.
I just
This
thought they
isn't
might
Black Beast
want
speaking, by the way.
food.
Listen,
He'll
trial by combat.
He'll definitely think about it, but he'll kind of look around and see.
I'm gonna like send lightning crackling up and down my spear.
Listen, if you started to start a tussle without any set rules, any set little things, well, that would invite anybody and everybody in this here camp to come down upon you. And if you look around, there's quite a bit of us. And as you said, this is supposed to be helping us. So, you better watch yourself as well.
He doesn't say it because
But you know what? Fine. If whatever strange thing you do with those bones is gonna help you out, whatever dastardly enchantment, well, I'll let you do it. But I won't keep you safe from the ire of my fellows. And next time we meet up, I'm not gonna be all alone like I am now.
Farah snaps the spear back up into her arm. Great, fantastic. We'll go on our way. You have a fantastic day.
Farrah's a Karen.
I'm protecting my friend. I'm not asking for the shirt that they don't have stocked right now and freaking out.
Literally, you'll see them go over to a bunch and start pointing and talking, and they all kind of squint their eyes over there.
I'll wave at them.
All right.
You're a fucking.
But you basically with that we're given at least some privilege over this pile of bones. How would you describe your incantation to make these bones stir?
I sprinkle some spores over them, and then I begin chanting, as I previously described.
Wow, wow, wee, wow.
Wow,
These
wow,
spores
wow.
start to swirl, funneling into the sockets, the empty sockets of some of the skulls lying about. And through the sense of your vines and the mushrooms that grow, you are able to feel a full pair of bones that still have some strange residual energy that you are able to commune with through the spores you start to grow within the empty marrowed out bones, and you are able to form them together, find the perfect puzzle pieces of something that was deceased, and you are able to stitch it back together again with vines starting to wrap around themselves, pulling together, like a doll being stitched piece by piece until you have risen two, right?
Correct.
Two fungal ridden mushrooms and vines growing from every joint. Skeletons.
Oh shit.
Wonderful
Skellies.
Skelly boys.
Skelly.
I would like to extend both of my arms, growing them long and sharp, covered in thorns. I'm basically just gonna give them 2 spears.
That's good. I'll give them to the attack for that. Also free.
What are the stats on the skeleton?
I'm gonna get. Let me see. They have a bit different stats than normal skeletons. I'm gonna. I'm going to change these ones a little bit so that they're more like the normal skeletons. No crazy fucking.
Oh, crazy undead energies.
Yeah, no, it's just your cool fungal undead energies wielding spears made of thorned vines. Spear.
I have one on my stat block.
That's alright, I found it. But thank you. Are you okay? This is not. Well, I'm questioning. I'm going to let me see how different their stats actually are from what I have written. And what is the official skeletons? Skeletons. So they have upgraded health, which I'll actually keep. They have a bit better armor class, which I'll keep as well. But I'm going to keep the brittle bones feature because I like it and I think it makes sense for skeletons.
Whatever skeletons are in your setting, let them be skeletons.
Yeah, they just
What is the brittle bones feature?
brittle bones makes them vulnerable to. Oh wait, no, this is a normal thing. No, this is totally a normal thing. They're vulnerable to bludgeoning damage. I was actually looking at the sets. They're just a bit upgraded health and AC wise. Then okay. So you got 2 skeletons. So after that, do you kind of move on with this?
Yeah, I think they'd be great at spearfishing. I think it'd be sick.
Feyre and the Bone crew going out spearfishing.
Bone gang. Also, can I get permission over them?
Oh yeah, my bad. Easy to forget.
It's okay.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Ooh yeah. All right.
Ooh yeah. Time.
Ah, they died.
Fishing time.
Ha.
I don't know how that happened. They disappeared.
I see.
paste.
Yeah. But
since we're kind of doing it in an order of one thing per group, as you guys move along, we'll have you guys go to the boat. You guys want to fish at the boat, right? That's what it was implied.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll have you guys go over there. Meanwhile, let's have the rowdy bunch. Woo, woo, woo. Let's see what you guys are up to. So where will you guys look for a champion opponent, somebody to face?
Well, they said Lurkrag said it was a decision, or like the rules and importance and stuff are laid out by the shaman.
Yes. I don't like over-explaining things sometimes because I like leaving it up to your interpretation.
Well, but that's what Lurkrag said, right?
He said that there's rules set by the shaman, and those are the only rules in the camp, but that the rules of these proving fights are decided by the people in it, like in the moment.
Oh, okay.
They have very much like a.
So it's whatever the fight entails.
It's like lawless, but they have pride. So you just have to agree to rules, and then they'll probably follow them. Is basically the gist you get.
Well,
all right, who wants us?
I was
You're shouting in common that no one understands.
Exactly.
Who wants a piece of me?
No. If you say that out loud, if you say that out loud and yell, they definitely turn their heads. Some of them seem to have some understanding of common. Certainly, they just don't like talking about it or using it.
Yeah.
Right.
We should I don't know, find some way to legitimize this to prove that we belong here, if that makes sense. No?
Yes, it does. It's probably the proper way to go about things.
Yeah, I appreciate the enthusiasm, Sinbad, but I don't know if just shouting for a fight in the streets is the best way to go about it.
It was the way in Predonis. I'm sorry, I'm accustomed to all this.
Wow, okay.
We do it all the fucking time.
They do follow the war god, Morgarbesh. It kind of tracks.
Wrestling and feats of strength are more common where I come from. You guys just fight each other in the streets?
Well, not in the streets per se. A lot of challenges happen there. Then we
In
go out to open
alleyways.
grounds for combat. Yeah, sometimes.
Oh. Um, I don't know. Normally, I would be the one where I come from, sort of administering the rights. Should we go talk to the plague speaker? Maybe Lorcrag? He's like number 2. But also people don't like him.
Well, you have to respect number 2. Still, I believe.
Any input from you two would be valuable.
I think we just ask if someone wants to fight. I mean, like, listen, let's choose the biggest guy around and let's be like, hey, it's trial by combat. If you win, you could eat us, and I don't think he's gonna say no.
Ask him what his terms to combat are. Wait, he can eat us.
Oh yeah, no, we're going all the way with this. This
Oh,
is
I
to
see.
prove ourselves to the clan, and I am wagering my spot in one of those sacrifice stew pots.
You see those stew pots. You know what I mean?
And
Listen.
I presume whoever we beat will be tossed in there too. I hope they don't make us eat them.
They don't do that in Predonis?
Oh no.
Do they do that where you come from?
No, I'm just messing with him at this point.
Oh,
We don't eat our own people. Not there. No.
okay. So, should we go north or follow Lorcrag south? Because I think that's where he went.
Let us go. I say north.
To the shaman? Maybe the shaman can appoint us a opponent.
That's not a bad
that's
idea.
that's kind of what I was getting at earlier.
The shaman said we were allowed
Are we
to
RP walk in there then?
confirm, correct?
So you
Do
guys.
we want to RP walk there or teleport?
That's a button presser. That's a button presser. That's
You
literally
laughed.
like,
You can't do that
that's
to me. You
literally
laughed.
like
Press.
the definition of a button presser.
Damn.
All right. So do you guys decide to go to the shaman for guidance, I suppose?
Yeah, I know what I'll say when we get there.
All right.
Guys, I think I sussed out what a button presser is.
I've kind of.
What do you think it is, Isaac?
I think it's when we break fourth wall.
I thought that's been established.
Yeah.
No, I don't pay. I pay attention to stuff, but not
Oh,
that.
did you hear that? He doesn't pay attention, bro.
Isaac doesn't pay attention at all.
What do you mean?
No, that's not true.
I don't know, dude. You said it.
Isaac's
Make me
never
cry.
actually processed
You
a
guys are
single
gonna
word.
make
from
me
this.
cry.
No, it's okay, Isaac. We all know. You like D&D. You're good.
Flint speaks and it's TV static in Isaac's mind.
Gimbal
My
monkey.
mind is
Microwave.
always TV static. That's not fair.
Microwave.
My mind.
All
is
right,
in
I'm
a
not
good way.
actually moving it. Wait, I totally could have. I wasn't gonna move it, but then now I am.
Think if can Trace swim? I'm just now reading chat. Did we talk about this before?
Treyas?
Swim?
Yeah.
Yes, but they won't.
It would be
not
awful. It would
ideal.
probably be so bad, wouldn't it? Why did I do that again? Whatever. I keep copying.
I have this a little bit
also, I
morbid
can-
image in my head of Trace jumping into the water and then immediately like turning into an oil slick on top of it.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
they just
that's
float
kind of what I
across.
was thinking too. I mean, definitely not 100%. Like that's not what happens. Treyas can swim if they want to. It just probably feels like that's happening as they're swimming, and it's like they have to concentrate harder to stay together because the.
Oh, also, I can drive the
becomes
boat. I have
soluble.
proficiency in boats.
But their ink
Oh,
is
shit.
also, it's like oil on water. You know what I'm saying? It's very separatable. It just feels awful though. But anyhow, yeah, Treyas, if you want to make that roll, the general
I guess if-
intelligence check with advantage if Sav or Feyre is helping.
I mean, I
If
could just
Favor
drive
can
the
just
boat.
drive the boat.
I have proficiency in water vehicles.
Yeah, I would say Feyre. You probably wouldn't even have to. It is different, but to be fair, you were on a high plate, even if it was a bit reclusive. And so they had some technology kind of like this, so you're able to use the swamp boat engine to sort of go out into the water.
Then I suppose when we leave, I'll start ritual casting Speak with Animals.
Nice. Feyre, make that
Here,
survival
fishy,
check.
fishy, fishy.
Just a regular one?
You can have advantage, yeah, because it's like your shtick. Oh! Why? Well, listen.
Let's go!
I've thought about it recently, and I don't help with the fact that there's always natural 20s, because I am very lenient in my two roll rule, where it's like either advantage or two people rolling. So you guys have pretty good odds for 20s, but either way, it is very cool, and you get a 20. You find
A fish with a fat dump truck.
Yeah. So are you doing the same thing where you're like jumping in the murky water and you're like swimming around and trying to find a fish, or are you just kind of spearing this time? It's from like shadows you see in the water.
If you get sick, I will remind you that I can heal you.
I'm probably gonna like look for shadows in the water and then also use Sav's direction from speaking with fish to like sort of suss out where a big fish is and then jumping in to spear it, but without trying to minimize time in the water.
Well, it's not like the detect fish thoughts, so you kind of have
Okay.
to be.
I have to, and it takes like 10 minutes to find him, or 10
Got
minutes
it.
to cast the spell,
Yeah. So you'll
and then
so
we gotta find fish.
presumably you'll catch the fish and then Sav will talk to him. But either way,
We're
you're
friends.
you're well trained in this, and you get a natural 20. So even if you're just above the water looking for the shadows, you are able to see a large mass under the water. Most people would miss it as just a wave in this water, as the wind is still kind of pushing from the storm. It is still lightly sleeting, so you think most people would miss it, but you see these ripples in the water that tell of something bigger under the waves. And surely enough, you are able to strike down with lightning reflexes into the water, and it is a fearsome beast. Once again, hard to push against the sheer strength of the mass you have caught, but your fisher proficiency leads you to leverage your strength very well, and you are able to hoist this thing out of the water. Proficiency, I like
Proficiency.
Proficient.
And so you lug it out of the water, and what you behold is a swampy eel of a great large size, taller than you are longer than you are tall, Feyre, and fairly
Eel's tasty.
thick, and fairly thick, a large diameter.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull out my wraparound sunglasses and take a picture for my Facebook profile.
Press the button.
You're pressing
Press
the button. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I did.
Feyre holding it.
Listen, I did press
A
the
fish
button, but
proudly.
it was funny. The button, don't worry about
Was mine not?
it. No, yours was funny too. It's just, don't worry about it.
I'm just built different.
So you get this eel above the deck, and it's very slippery. But you yourself, Feyre, are quite slippery when you want to be. So you know exactly how to hold it and kind of hug onto it. And plus, it has this big wound in it, and you have a spear in it, so it's not that hard to like just spear
I do
it
have a
onto
bit of
the deck.
leverage.
And it flops around.
Wow,
Kinda
what
wheezing.
is this? giant eel.
I'd say this is after
There we go.
the fishing does take like 30 minutes though, as fishing does. So you
Yeah.
will have casted speak with animals, and you can have that up.
There you go, Sav. You want to talk to him?
Yes. Wow. Shoot some spores in its face.
Oh! Oh! It hurts! Ah! I've been stabbed! Stab! Ah! Pain! Ooh!
It's very unfortunate. Wow. So are you the biggest guy around here? You a big guy? Hmm?
Ooh, plant talk. Oh, plant help, please. Plant heals.
Oh no.
Please. Let me eat plant maybe to heal. I need healing. I need help.
You should add this guy to the party.
That's real rough. That's real rough. I wanna ask him if there's any bigger prey around here. Any big bite? Any big bite?
Big prey caught me. I need help. Is it like compelled through the spell to tell you things?
Okay.
No, right?
No, it isn't.
No,
I
you can
don't
talk. You
think
can say
so.
whatever the fuck it wants.
So it's too focused on having been hunted right now so far to respond in maybe a helpful
You gotta
manner.
apologize to it. You gotta apologize.
I could pull my spear out and you could heal it.
It's possible. Okay.
And then you could just stab it again.
Yeah. Could I
yeah.
could I just
It's
send a
an eel.
little?
What do you mean? It's not a human.
Not
I
to
just-
throw a wrench into things, but you guys have it fully out of the water on the boat?
Yeah.
Can it talk at all?
I'd say that especially with how Sav does it, it's not like
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not got a brain.
yeah, exactly. So it's a lot of just like interpreting the brain through spore.
Could I send a little jolt of lightning through it to just paralyze it for a moment,
What the
Fuck.
fuck?
so it doesn't like start wriggling around and wriggle off the boat?
It's funny.
You have it in the boat. I think it like.
It's an eel, by the way.
It's an eel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a good idea.
I'm just gonna send a little zap.
I'll
Pull
allow it.
the
After
spear
you
out.
zap, it does like one big contraction, and then it kind of like slumps down. You would kind of think it's dead if Sav wasn't hearing. Oh.
Unfortunate, but I honestly think he's probably the biggest predator, at least in this bay. But there is no point to not interrogating him. I suppose.
Interrogating an eel.
Go ahead and do it.
I mean, that's
I just
druid
wanted-
things,
wanted to
casual
put my-
druid
It
things.
is. I'll pull my
I
spear out and let you patch up his wounds if you
What
want.
else would you know?
suppose he'll get a cure wounds. I think I am gonna do. I'll just do healing word. Nothing too crazy.
I'll say that with don't even have to roll for it necessarily. It is just an eel fish. It probably has 1d4 health in the first place.
An eel minion.
You are able to heal it, sending some spores to its open wound, and you see it kind of heals over. It starts to kind of flop around again, a little bit as it starts to feel better, and then it kind of relaxes.
Hey.
Oh, okay. I'm better. Plant did help. Plant helped. I didn't even have to eat plant. Oh,
Well, see if Plant has to eat you. Now, tell us.
what?
You're turning this eel.
No!
Plant's not help. Plant's not help. Plant lies.
Is there bigger bite nearby? Is there bigger predator?
Bigger than predator
Bigger-
that has
bigger
been
nom-
that has
bigger
caught
chomp.
me. Bigger than than you.
No, just bigger chomp.
Always bigger, much bigger. Oh, big everywhere. Big snake, big fish, big frog. Very, very big frog. Swim through, eat eel egg, eat eel family. Swim through,
No.
swim through when big flyers leave. Swim through into mud. Eat whole family, but eel still live. Eel good.
Swim with water or against water.
Swim with water into big water, big water spot where water go over the dry, where it go over the air part. Air out here, too much air. Too much. It's air.
Too far.
I'm
Throw
gonna-
him into the
Hold on.
stopper.
I'm gonna shape water and put a little bubble around his head.
Oh, so much better. So much better. Oh, so you'll live? You'll not hunted?
My favorite art.
Eel willing to talk more now. Eel good. Eel living. Eel not being hunted. Hunted?
I think we might have to. I think this might be the biggest predator nearby. Although there was a giant frog. I'm guessing a
big frog.
frog
Big
he
frog, not far. Big frog, small swim. Big bright bird, not even move. That's how long it takes. Very
so
close.
Like,
It's drain.
All right, let's take this eel down river. I think there's a big frog for us to hunt.
No.
You know what the big frog is. I don't know if you guys can fight it.
Let me in water. Me eel show you.
You gotta insight check that bitch.
He's
Insight
tapping.
check that bitch.
He's tapping so hard.
Me eel. Me eel show you. Me eel want. Well, me eel think better survival if big frog get hunted by little plant guy
he
and
does
water
say the
crab.
big frog ate eel
His
egg.
family.
Wait,
Family.
it's
His
so,
children.
Big frog
Like-
ate eel egg.
do we even?
Eel
I
had.
wonder if eels have the capacity for lying.
It's
I don't.
true.
I
Can they
don't
tell
know.
the truth?
Inside check the
can-
eel.
You know, I trust
Alright.
the eel.
You can do an inside check on the eel if you want.
Yeah. Insight eel. Insight is.
Is the eel lying?
Insight.
to
You.
me?
You have no idea. It's just
Does
it
the
has
eel
that
speak?
eel face where its mouth is always open and its eyes
You've
are
never
really
talked
wide
to an
and it's
eel
going.
before.
I don't know.
It just seems a bit. It seems a bit scatterbrained. Is the biggest thing you could tell.
I'm better
Well-
with flora. I'm not that good with fauna. My bad.
Well, he has personal reasons to fuck up this frog.
I don't
Eel-
think I'm gonna put him back in the thing, but I think we should still go try and hunt this guy down. I think that'd be sick.
Eel think big frog swallow. Big frog. Eel show you. Eel will show you if given, but eel no want to get swallowed. Very very big. Big as flying things that leave.
So I'm gonna guess this is a large size creature.
What do you think? It's the fucking toad dudes.
It's a frog.
No, I'm gonna guess it's a really big froghemoth. I agree.
Eel know is big. Eel swim away really fast when big frog eat family. Swim so fast that eel live. So eel no see too much, but eel remember big make water move much. Was pulled around by big movement in water. Not good. Not good.
He's
All
giving a
right,
compelling
Feyre.
argument.
I think we should go south and track down this froghemoth. I think it'd be a great idea.
I think that sounds like a plan.
So, you
So
guys
we
wanna-
depart.
All right.
I'm not putting it back in the water.
You can make a general investigation check, to try to find out where, or like what exactly it's talking about, such where
Downstream, past a waterfall, in a big watery
Listen,
open
we
area.
know what it's talking about.
Can I help with this?
Yeah, somebody
Or,
else can make it, or somebody can have advantage.
Favorite? I mean, Trace, do you want to make it? Otherwise, I'll just give them advantage. Bella?
Bella?
No, Bella. All right, I'll just help. Bruh.
All right. We'll leave the what happens with that later. Going back
I'm on the edge of my seat.
to the
Can
championship.
I add one thing while we're traveling? I
Yeah.
would like the skeletrons to be spearfishing. Pull out some smaller dirk.
Bellatrix on the bend.
Eel says, "Wow, strange bone dead things. Real good at this is big predator. This big air thing, big predator with many plant and predator things on it." It seems impressed.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Eel's my new best friend.
You'll vibe in. You'll vibe in. He was really just vibing.
He was.
And there's nothing morally wrong with Eel, but this big frog is ticking me off.
This fucking
He's about to
frog.
get it.
God needs to go.
He's about to get it.
He ate his family.
He ate his family.
I'll let you know that Eel seems to talk with very little emotion. Eel has survival instincts out the wazoo. Eel family just knows fact. Our Eel knows that fact is Eel family died.
Straight up.
Anyhow,
That's
I'm gonna be.
doing
I'm so interested if you're gonna kill him or not. I think Eel should live if he helped. I'm
fine with letting him live if we find this froggy myth.
Or we could keep him as a pet.
We'll see.
Eel pet. All right, so you guys, of Hundlefear, Blindbeak, and Sinbad, all come towards through this very sort of sinister-looking pathway up to the hut, the hovel of the Plague Speaker. It seems that they do a lot of preparing, or seem to have some sort of outward show of their methods. And in the waters around their hovel, you see a lot of these crocodiles that seem to be navigating the depths, their heads slightly poking out of the water as crocodiles do, eyeing you with their yellow eyes. And you arrive here. You see that one of the most notable things, other than the hovel is on like water, on stilts basically, kind of classic witch hut sort of deal. You see that there seems to be some sort of strange contraptions also alongside. You see that there seems to be some sort of strange boat and also other attachments for said boat that are left upon the shore, as well
Far
as
more advanced than what they normally have, right?
Exactly. Very perceptive. And then
She also is a dragonborn.
Yeah. You haven't seen many, if any, dragonborns. I'd say, although I didn't have tokens for them, you saw some dragonborn townsfolk, especially. But this place specifically has a lot of lizard folk. And
Yeah, I think I know what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will kind of, alright, kind of like speaking aloud, not really yelling. It's Hundlefair and Blindbeak and Sinbad, and we're approaching the hut. I don't know what the protocols are of respectability for you guys.
Sinbad's gonna bow because he noticed people doing that last time the shaman showed up.
Catching on.
You don't know that they're there or not.
Oh, she's gone.
Well, you didn't even see her, so this is just kind of representative of that.
Excuse me.
So you start to approach the door, and you say this, not yelling like you said, but you have sort of a natural low carrying tone. But there doesn't seem to be any immediate answer.
What? I think I don't. I think we should just.
Did
probably...
she say we could enter?
She didn't say anything.
Yeah.
No, but like.
But
I think she said enter, guys. Let me in.
does does it have a closed door?
It does have a closed door.
Okay.
Perhaps you should mention to her our intention for honorable combat.
Yeah. I will, I will walk up and, looking out over these croc-infested waters, stay towards the center of the dock. And then when I get close to the door, I will sort of give it a hearty but not too aggressive knock.
You knock, and you notice that it doesn't seem to be locked in any way. It kind of pushes a little bit open. It also, although it is a nicer, more built actual place, because everything else you've seen in the camp have been like tents and shelters, you see that this, although it's made into an actual hut, an actual house, is still somewhat ramshackly made. And it doesn't need, there seems to be like a loop that could be used to properly lock the door, but it doesn't seem to be like actually locked.
I want to enter respectfully and quietly. I feel like she's like doing some spiritual shit right now.
Yeah, I'm just going to slowly swing the door open after it opens a little bit more when I knock.
You see an empty chamber. It not as much stuff that I meant to put in here as there would be. There are sort of, you've seen these caskets around already. In fact, I could just kind of doing it live. You see some more piles of these caskets, more organized than outdoors, put alongside the wall, and you almost see this as more of a chamber, a storage chamber more than anything. Although you do see that there seems to be a ladder on the far side of the room where that leads upwards into what you can only assume, since this isn't a particularly big hovel, a very small attic portion where you saw the leafy roof probably hides. You also probably see a lot of stuff similar to what's on her tail on shelves across the room. Like different body parts maybe floating in different toxins and such. And other beings in the bottles as well. Some of them deceased. Some of them you can still see wriggling around. And one other thing you notice that is a juxtaposition to what you have seen so far in this camp is you see one shelf sort of on this side of the wall. Hold on, why isn't my pointer working? My pointer! I don't know why it's not working. Anyhow, like along the right side wall, there seems to be a bookshelf, or at least rickety shelving with books on them, and most of them look fairly home crafted, with dried leathers and very stained pages.
I will take a step across the threshold, and sort of. We truly don't mean to intrude, but we come seeking some wisdom and guidance. It seems that your people are not too willing right now to cooperate and work with us, and we wish to change that. And we were told by Lord Craig that proving rights by combat are common here, and we would like to engage in those to seek better cooperation.
Sort of halfway through you talking through this, you see that through the rickety boarding of the ceiling, there are some wafts of some sort of like green gas almost, or green light that seems to go through the full floorboards. And you get this kind of strange stench along with it. A very acrid, rotting, very sharp sense. And as you do, I would like you to make a constitution saving throw.
Zoinks.
Ruh-roh.
Macros, saving throws. Constitution. Okay.
You are able
Nice.
to go through it, although it is almost like a smelling salts or something that instantly make your nose sort of burn and your eyes open wide. You are able to hold yourself together, and there's sort of this pluming out of this gas for a moment, but then it fades away slightly. And as you wait there, you hear steps above, and you see dust falling from the floorboards above, as indeed.
Can I see what she's doing before this? Because I have my plain sight.
You are not in range. You would have to be right behind Hundofear. But you could do that if you were right behind Hundofear.
Oh, look where he is, dude.
We'll say you stepped up behind there while he was having his talk. But you may make a perception check. Your blind sight is good, but sometimes it gets a bit hard through walls and such. Yeah, so you are able to sense a strange energy. You almost feel as though there's two entities up there where the plague speaker is. And in that room, with your blind sight, with your sort of almost vibration-based X-ray vision, you are able to sense that there are, it's almost like a working chamber. There seems to be a great amount of more of these sort of concoctions and such, but a lot of pots and different locations holding different liquids. And you see, and in this blind sight, you sense a soft rug of some sort that is in the center of the room, where you felt the plague speaker sitting cross-legged, seeming to commune or otherwise not fully there. But there's this, almost this other presence almost around her that you can sense this energy.
Can I hone in on that presence?
You can make a general wisdom check. And a Constitution saving throw.
Which one do you want first?
The wisdom check. But you're gonna make the Constitution saving throw either way. The interesting thing about this sense you get is that as you hone in on it, you almost notice that it's actually around you as well, and it's around in the water, and you start to
it's the fucking swamp.
feel this sense that there's something else around you. But as you try to hone in on it, you also feel that it has this dark, like very unnatural presence. Something that, as you hone in on it, is not very healthy for you, even in just your mind's eye. And unfortunately, you do feel a bit queasy, but it doesn't have any immediate effects.
Do you want me to roll a 1d6?
No, it's a latent disease, so you'll have to. We'll roll that after you make a long rest, but don't forget. But either way, you feel this presence. Although it's concentrated around the plague speaker, it does seem to branch out in the water and in the mud of this whole area.
Just there, or is it everywhere?
It's strange. It's like there's veins of it throughout the scape. You don't think it's not omnipresent. It's not like an omnipresent gas. It's almost just like there's tendrils of it.
Now that I recognize it, could I have been like knowing that I felt it all along? Or is it just now that I
it's
realize
familiar. Yes, I'll say that.
So when I was at when we were at the landing, when the flowers were around, was it not there?
I'll give you that. Sure, that's a good question. I'll say that now that you're honing in on it and you made a decent wisdom check, I'd say yes. You would notice that the same sense you have here is almost the opposite of the bleach-like, very clean almost scent, the fragrance of those flowers and what that was.
Damn, I pay attention. I
do pay attention, guys. I do. But either way, you do sense this is all pretty quick. Actually, you actually feel the presence leave as Hundolfir talks a bit more. That starts to dissipate, and the plague speaker, in an uncharacteristic sign of weakness, since you're kind of spying on them, seems to get up kind of unsteadily and drinks some sort of liquid that is on their person before slowly making their way over and down this ladder. And you do see indeed as the plague speaker shows up and walks down, but she doesn't. Her eyes are very squinted as she says in Draconic, I did say specifically that you were to wait outside.
I'm technically outside.
Me as well.
I'm not talking out loud.
Hundolfir will pop upright and take one step backwards. Sorry.
As to be expected of outsiders, I suppose. The sort of thing I have to deal with. It's fine, though. It's no fault of your own. Although I do wish you would listen a bit better next time.
Do I talk to her about what fucking happened, or do I just let it be?
You don't say
be offended.
Hundolfir doesn't know what happened to you, but Quinn says don't say shit.
It is not only a matter of respect, but it is also a matter of your own safety. Sort of smells the air and does the serpentine licking the air as well, and looks straight at you, Blind Pig,
I don't do that.
and says, I can tell that some of you were already affected by simply arriving without my supervision.
I'll be okay.
We shall see.
With the latent disease, can I physician's touch and get rid of it?
No.
Like-
You can't cure the disease before it's there. It's just kind of like, it's coming basically. It's like you're contracting a cold. But it doesn't exist yet.
I see.
So, but the plague speaker now will say, "My dealings are finished. You may come into the abode if you wish, but do not touch anything. And this time, I would really rather you remember that."
Yeah, no, that's my bad. See, where I come from, uh, our leaders live in longhouses, and it's pretty public when you can come see them. It's just muscle memory kicking in.
She nods and says, "And that is why I will excuse it. And I know that outsiders, other people, other places, different beliefs, different customs. I, if anybody, would understand. Now, why is it that you have come?"
Well, you said to come to you with any propositions, and uh, after spending some time in the camp, it seems that the tribe, arguably understandably so, is cautious and unwilling, cautious to work with us for what it means for them and us, and unwilling to accept us as even allies, so temporary allies. And uh, I come from a culture where uh, trials by combat and proving rights are very important for acceptance. And so we were uh, wondering what opinions you held on this, whether or not it would be good for unity for us to engage in this, etc.
Interesting choice. There are many things you could probably do. I do not forsake this line of thought. I myself support the rituals of proving, as it is a way to cull unnecessary weakness within the tribe and show strength to others, as well as fuel the necessary concoctions required to keep the sickness at bay. But at this time, I am not sure if it is the best avenue. Although, if you can find those that will try to leave the Drowned Horde and my tribe and my jurisdiction, then I would ask you to make an example of them. That is my suggestion, is that you find, if you were to
Pharaoh,
kill,
you gotta point us to that guy you fucked up earlier.
if you find any dissenters, those
Wasn't Sinbad there for that?
Sinbad was there for that. No, he wasn't.
no,
Never mind.
Sinbad.
I was a little bit away.
Sinbad was there for the shield, not the
Yeah, the
bones.
shield
The
bit.
bones are the ones that were like, they got super pissy.
Not the bone incident.
the bone incident.
Bone Gate?
Bone gate.
But the plague speaker will say, in this delicate time, I would rather that you didn't kill my followers, even if they want to prove themselves. I am already losing some of them as is, but there are definitely some within this group that might leave after the champion and the Beastmaster. I'm barely keeping some of them still here. So if you are able to find those that doubt, then I think those would be a good example. Although there is always the proving of hunting, as I know you have already done, but you could do again. There are always things in this swamp to hunt down. those creations of Gracia that would, well, should be taken out as to keep people safe.
Are there any that verbally oppose you that are still in the camp?
No, if there were, my true followers would take them out. No, they usually leave before they spout such nonsense. Which is, even if the relative intelligence of this group is very low, is quite smart. They know not to go against me and those that follow me.
I say, well, I should say that my original plan was not to kill anyone. If you want us to like root out some dissenters and we can kill those guys, sure. But no, I had planned more of a brawl than anything.
Could work as well, but I have supported the combat till death. It is, well, in a place where when something doesn't die, it usually is left fetid and rotted. It is usually an immerse in itself. So just know that if you cause an open brawl, you'll have to take out great a many. And to not be overwhelmed by constant waves, I would say that you should probably make some sort of ruling with whoever you challenge. One that...
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not... I didn't... no, I would never propose going out into the street and just fighting all of your people. I meant, like, you know, like duking it out with a guy.
The
Like,
plague speaker
you
shrugs
know?
and says, "It has been done before, but I understand, and I think it is much more intelligent to instead, indeed, fight specific, make specific challenges. But as I said, I don't want you to just aimlessly fight because you will be killing my followers."
Of course.
Very well. Is there anything else?
Can I insight check this bitch?
Sure.
I like. Would she be upset that I knew, or like, did I have this power to see more than I can? Like if I talk
That's
to her
a
about
difficult
the presence
insight check, but you can try. Yeah, you could. That's a good insight. That's a 1 and
Let's
9.
go. Let's go.
I will say, I always give one thing, and I will say that you do know you were spying on her. So, just based off of privacy alone, maybe, but you don't know.
But it's all. But it's the fact that I understand that the presence of whatever the swamp is called is that I was going to talk about, but I guess not. Someone else.
Do whatever you want.
I'm not going
Gracia moment.
There we go, Gracia.
Gracia going crazy.
So do you guys have anything else to say? Sibad, why are you so far away? Come here.
Oh, yes.
Plague Speaker will actually do this. Plague Speaker will.
I was able to hear everything.
As you guys approach, you will be surprised as she speaks out to you all in perfect common and just say, "Now that we are away from the others, you can speak freely if you truly wish."
Oh, I was kind of having fun translating, but you know that's pretty cool too.
I believe
Yeah.
that draconic. I am myself from Jashend and believe in, well, the ruling of dragons. But I am very knowledgeable in other ways, and I am not so foolish as to not listen to those that speak a different tongue, even if it is rooted in
Dude, I
alien
fucking hate my
speech.
life.
Shaman do have history with Malfoy before his attacking.
Not Malfoy specifically, but I know what kind of thing he represents and culture he comes from, because it is my own. Truthfully, I should be bowing down to Malforic and becoming part of his horde, but I have built a sort of understanding and my own stable rulership in working with and under dragons, but never belonging to them. And I am trying to still solidify that, even with this Malforic coming.
Where's the character name thing? Well, where were the dragon's names that I talked to? The dragon who died. Fucking. It's
Nora Lane.
Nora Elaine. I want to bring up those names. I'm like, do Nora Elaine or do Enoch mean anything to you?
Oh.
You all are the most inquisitive bunch. You have heard so many interesting things and are a flavor of so many different places. Truly, I think that one of the reasons you are so hated here is because my followers have been trained to think that such diversity belongs in a pot, and that it strengthens their ability to put off disease, which is true in a way, but they bring it too far. Please, come in. Come in.
I got it in.
Has, wait. Has Hundlefear ever heard that name before? I wouldn't have, right?
Blind didn't even really talk about this that much with you guys,
with
did
other
he?
people, you know,
He just kind of brings this up out of nowhere. So many people are
That's
just
a
like,
good point. I'm like, where did you get those names?
like even Treyas bringing up the Malnebris. Yeah, it's just like you guys keep.
We gotta
like,
keep to ourselves.
I know some weird the secrets that are of history of another culture. I'd like to know more about that.
A lot of us know some weird shit that we haven't really shared with the rest of the group.
It's very true.
Yeah.
And it just it comes out through these questions.
It's gonna like sort of like side mouth like, who the fuck? What are those names?
Is it Dewey? Nora Lane was the demon in the inn.
The demon in the inn?
Okay, now this is new.
Okay. We can talk about this later.
She just called us inside. We gotta talk about it now.
Well, I'll talk about it with everyone then.
I'll
go inside.
To say though, as you guys are let in, and the door, the door closed, or well, you guys don't have to close the door, and it's not necessary. Plague Seeker will probably tell you guys like, please shut the door if you will, and but we will go back because it has been quite a long time since we have gone back to our people in the boat. You guys descend.
Fun little boat.
Sorry,
trip.
if you guys have, I know it's a very questioning time. Please try to remember them. I just want to give everybody their equal
I'm gonna
time.
write down my question. Back to boat.
Oh fuck! Long oar. Oh shit.
A long.
What the fuck?
Long oar. You guys start going south. Cause let me go back to the investigation check. You guys made your investigation check.
It's downstream,
Followed. I mean, again, I'm not gonna correct you. And you guys go along, and you guys kind of puddle around. Oh, how long would you guys puddle around for, you think? Like, trying to look for this?
Give it a solid 30 minutes, at least.
Also, make a general spellcasting check, Soft, to see how good you guys are at fishing. Or how good your skellies are at fishing.
General spell casting?
Or like, you know, spell casting.
Can I do arc?
You could do Arcana, sure. I'll allow it, because there's not really a...
Oh my god,
They
I want
catch
to cry.
one little fish. To be fair, I was giving you kind of a freebie because they are skeletons and they're not too super nimble, super smart. So they just end up missing a lot of it. Just stabs the water, doesn't get anything.
Well, we'll work on it.
Yeah, exactly. You just have to train the spores you use to raise the
This is a
fungal
whole new
skeletons.
muscle of trying to give them mental commands. Because
Exactly.
they really need mental commands like almost every turn
Yeah.
to be like, oh, do this thing. Oh, keep looking for this thing. Wait for this thing. Do that thing. They're not like a creature, like a spore servant that like.
No, they're basically
somewhat...
robots. You have to figure out
Yeah.
how to use your necromancy magic to code in a spell command in your brain
All
that
right,
goes, "Hey,
I
do
send
this."
a magical signal that pulls this vine that moves the hand.
Yeah,
that does
exactly. But either way, they catch one little fish. It's good enough to eat, surely, but it's not anything.
Pulls out a wicker basket, throws it in. It's a start. All right, it's a start.
Eel goes food. Eel always hungry.
I'm gonna throw the little fish into the water bubble.
Eel predator friends. Eel get fed. Eel predator friend. Eel is now part of air predator. But you guys go south. How long are you willing to look kind of in this general direction?
I said like another 30 minutes.
30 minutes? You definitely don't find anything equivalent to what the eel says in 30 minutes.
By that time, I guess I could recast it if we're taking 30 minutes. It takes 10 minutes.
I'll say within those 30 minutes. Or yeah, you probably, since you're not really doing much.
And when it runs out, I'm just gonna
ritual
cast it. Yeah.
The eel will go. Eel could help. Maybe eel need see better. Eel doesn't see good on air, but if eel dragged up by predator without eat, maybe eel help. Eel doesn't know land air markers though.
Hey guys, wanna try?
I suppose. Tell the eel that if he tries to run away, I'll catch him again.
Ooh.
Eel
respect
Sky
Brig Predator. Eel will never.
All right. Put him back in the water.
Just make a general intimidation check. You think he's generally pretty intimidated, but I want to see how.
Can I help?
Effective.
Can I help?
Yeah, definitely.
Favor.
Because you're translating.
I will literally just track you down.
Eel understands. Eel eaten if eel no show. Eel no.
Don't make me turn into a crocodile. I'll do it.
Don't make me put you in the meat grinder.
Eel no like crocodiles. You'll get nipped by crocodiles all the time. Many crocodiles. But yeah, so if you put the eel in the water, it'll kind of zip around in a circle around the boat for a bit. It's like getting its bearings, looking around. Seems to doing aimless fish things, and occasionally you think it does get distracted. Because I'll say just basically at this point you kind of have a natural link with it as long as it's within range. So you just kind of generally hear it kind of almost half mumble, half think to itself, just looking around like, ooh, rock, ooh, no, swim through current. Frog. Where frog? Where am I? Sure, rock? And it just general like fish thoughts. But then eventually Eel goes, oh, this way, up, this. Because
follow.
You guys.
I'll follow the fish. Follow the eel.
It's gonna be one of those situations where I'm probably gonna teleport you guys and then carve it, because it is close, but it's not like super
duper close.
Yeah, it's not super easy. It basically, so as you guys go around, you notice that this whole area is kind of here. You guys discover enough. I'll actually do this. I'm going to let you guys look around your
Map!
surroundings of the drowned horde, or at least this portion of the drowned horde. Oops, forgot a portion.
Right. This time,
So
don't hit the big thing. You got this. You
Base-
got this, skeletons.
basically, the camp is on like a little island that's part of a
Ah.
greater like lake slash river system. It seems to be very much interconnected, almost like a basis, like a basin where a lot of the water collects from running off of the waterfall way up north.
Like there's a bunch of deltas, so this is just kind of like a form in the deltas.
Yeah, exactly. But basically, you guys get led up to that northern river opening that you see. How big is it?
Okay.
Why isn't it copy and pasting, you guys? What these going on? Hello. Let me try it in my other map tools that has super. Oh wait, no, I posted you guys like 15 billion times now. It's just not appearing on my map. Why not?
No, I see.
I think I'm clicked on somebody. Yeah.
Just
yeah,
the visions.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, this boat's not reversing, but I'm too lazy to have to reorient everything in the proper direction.
Mm-hmm.
So just pretend that it's facing the other direction.
Fair's flexing on everyone by driving the boat backwards.
Whoa! Oh my God!
Natural boat person. So basically, the eel starts leading you this way. But basically, once the eel gets to the beginning part of this river, it starts to get really anxious and starts to go like, "Oh, big frog's here. Big frog came through here. The eel family gets swallowed right over there at New Current River beginning."
This is where my parents died.
This is where my parents died, Michelangelo.
Bummer, dude.
This is where
Wow.
your parents died.
Well, it's gonna be pretty soon now.
You'll
What?
either like to go away now or come back on big back of air predator.
Sure, we
The
could
eel
take them
thinks
on
the
Air
boat is
Predator.
a predator.
It thinks
Probably.
that you guys are like an extension of a bigger predator. Basically, is what you guys have gathered. So yeah.
He can come back on the boat.
Yeah, I imagine you guys like, I don't know, it starts to like slop.
Drift.
It starts to slop against the side until when it like one of you guys picks it up, it just like slops it back aboard, and you use like shape water or whatever to splash more
Pull
water
him
on
up. Grow some vines, pick them up.
Make
So-
a little bowl out of vines for him to put his head in with the water.
As you guys get to this area, you notice that it gets it's like, somebody make a nature check. I would imagine Sav.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I'm doing so bad.
it's unfortunate.
Can help. Can help.
Unfortunately, I'm not proficient.
I cry.
Well, I don't have the rule where it's like, you don't have to help if you have you can help even if you don't have.
That's
proficiency.
me. That's not.
Yeah,
suppose.
I'm super lenient.
I suppose I'll
I
help.
just like people getting 2 chances because I think it makes
Okay.
more sense when other people are around. And you have ample time when it's not like a combat or serious moment. So you notice through the nature check that it seems that this area is almost like more newly flooded than the other areas. The other areas have had a long time of like rivers passing through to kind of make these pathways, but this one almost seems like it's like high tide right now. Maybe it's because of the sleet melting or something and just constantly coming down. But as you can see, there's a lot of spots where like maybe they were hills, and there's like even some trees in the water coming out, and you gather that it's been flooded over.
I would like to ready an action to cast haste when we see the froghemoth.
All right. Um. So, do you guys want to just continue on and be looking out?
Yeah.
All right. Please make perception checks.
Oh, I'm sorry. My question is, does anybody have any like scouting abilities?
No, not particularly. Not a
Trace?
ranger.
No,
No. Okay.
I mean, I have guys, but they will probably not go in the water.
Guys. Yeah.
I have a question. At the very, very, very start, I realized I had an open spell slot. Can I like a spell that I didn't add into my character sheet?
Oh yeah, what's that?
I was gonna do water walking.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Oh.
Just add that to. I mean, yeah. Listen, don't cheat. Don't you guys cheat. I would rather you guys either, if you can prepare spells, just prepare them after a long rest and change them up. You don't necessarily have to tell me, but I appreciate if you let me know. And then yeah, if you,
I've been changing spells.
but
Anytime I need a new one.
the point is that I generally just like will trust you guys with that. You guys can like change it up, and if you say I cast water walk, I'll be like, okay, sounds like you have water walk. Just please don't change them around too much, especially if your character isn't able to. And try to.
Yeah, I just had an open one that I guess I didn't use when I leveled.
Yeah, that's fine. No, understandable. So yeah, you can take water walk. For sure.
Okay. I could use that to scout if you would want me to.
Sick. Yeah. Otherwise, I might do a little wild shape to do an aquatic creature. And search better. Otherwise, yeah, I think that'd be a good idea to kind of spread out, not too far, but just like a little bit.
Okay. In that case, I want to summon little minion.
On. Let me get little guy. Little guy. Where's the little guy?
An orange scout for us.
Yeah. After I summon the minion and I'm gonna cast water walk, I think I could have 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I want to
so
also do it to
cool.
Orange, and I want to ask Orange to pretty please also help.
Orange will look at you with their vacant, yellow, glowing eyes. They've just been kind of idly around. You swear that even though you're really good at keeping track of Orange, that like a video game where when you look away and something like turns into polygons outside of your vision to conserve RAM space, that Orange does the same thing but turns into like an orange blur. But Orange comes into full fidelity as you kind of ask them for help, and they do that vibration, and they bring their paw up almost in like a little gesture of some sort, and you have inspiration. But not like the bardic inspiration of a 1d. What is it? 1d8, 1d6? I forget. I think it's a 1d8 now. I will say 1d8 for now, and then I'll check my.
Oh, I know what I can do. I am going to summon. I'm going to summon a little guy, a beast spirit. I suppose I'm gonna do another flying one. So I'm gonna make a little fungal dragon.
Yeah. Let me try to get that token that I.
I have one, and it's a bee spirit, so it's different than the other fungal dragons.
Yeah, it's not the same as the owl, right? It's the one you summoned
No,
before.
it's not. Yeah, it's from summon beasts versus conjuring animals.
Yeah, I think you've done that
I got
spell
it.
before.
Don't worry about it. I got it.
All right, I'll trust you with that. All right. Oh right, fuck. I was actually right in the middle of getting the little guy for Treus though. I have it copy and paste. Let me just go over here.
I give you the new one.
Oh, I think you did, but I haven't updated them yet. I'll do that though. Hold on.
Okay.
Or you could. That's not what I wanted to do.
2 traces.
2 of everybody.
Perfect mimic.
Mimic tier.
OP. That's OP. Oh my god, that's OP.
You joke, but it is.
It is though.
It's so broken.
Even Brandon Sanderson says so.
He did.
So you're
It has too
summoning
much help.
a small one, right?
Yeah.
Alright, it should work this time. There we go. Oh, but it's not visible. Physical.
Question.
He's loading. Strangely enough, your ink minion has the same thing as orange. Just low fidelity, not loading in. Let's get it back now.
I have control over him.
Oh, I'm gonna show off that art afterwards. Holy
So
shit!
good, I love that.
Holy fuck!
Orange, the day of reckoning.
That's
Day
good.
of
That's
reckoning is
really good.
Oh my god, I love that so much.
All right.
You
So-
made the joke, I had to draw it.
Flint.
Yeah.
Kept control over my minion.
Oh right. It's set so old and weird. It's set to juice box, not Treus.
Yeesh.
Juicebox, who's that?
Yeah, I don't know that
Never
guy.
heard of them.
Juice box. Who? All right. So, we got our little minion searching squad. Sending water walking small dude and a fungal dragon.
Flying. Wah. And I think just like I'll go north, you go south, and the boat will go in between.
Yeah, sounds good.
Then were we supposed to make perception checks?
Yeah, just generally
Oh, yeah.
for looking out for things.
I'm reading a book. I'm not looking.
Just
I
strolling across the
believe-
water, reading a book.
No, Trace
Gotta
is sitting.
learn
He's not. They're
Celestial.
not going on
Oh
the
yeah, no, that's
water.
right, that's right, yeah.
Gotta learn Celestial.
Let me see. They.
Bella, all your characters hate water.
I mean,
Yeah, all
too.
2 of them.
That's all of them, yeah.
That's all my characters I've ever made.
What are Vox's opinions on water?
You know, I have to stick with the theme. Vox fucking hates water.
He hates the water.
All right.
You guys have to go to Camino next session.
Everybody's pissed.
No, please. I don't want to go there. Water aside.
Sorry.
All right, so you guys are continuing on though, just letting these guys kind of scout a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, there's a dead man in the boat, huh?
You guys do.
That's a
I
crocodile.
will stop. Okay, I will say that you guys, since I moved you guys here, then you noticed you guys are get up to here until you notice it kind of gets lost in some moss and some slime, but you see that there seems to be a boat that has strangely and weirdly gotten stuck up in a tree. It's very
Huh.
hippocampus. Why did is that a real word?
with a
Yeah, it is.
campus.
That's what my mom says. You
Use a
aged.
bomb, bro.
Yeah.
Flint just like phased out of reality and pulled a word from another dimension.
I think
Nelson
you meant
Mandela effect.
cattywampus?
Cattywampus is basically
Cattywampus.
what I was thinking as
That's-
well.
Maybe that's what I was thinking. I don't know.
Willy Campus.
Anyhow, it's a very askew upon the like it was definitely thrown. It looks like it was almost like thrown up there, and it seems to be stuck. And you see some sort of bulging mass that you can only barely see, seeming to stick off the top.
Can I'm really bad with fauna, but I'm pretty good at flora. Does that spin?
Okay.
That's
Does
the tree.
that tree? What that tree looking like? What that tree doing?
Sure. Make a nature check.
22.
The tree isn't even the most interesting part. The tree seems to be pretty normal, pretty. It actually got kind of hurt
Look
with
at that
this
tree.
being put up there. But the strange thing is the aforementioned slime. Almost a sort of mucus.
Oh, yeah.
In it, a lot of the stuff you actually thought was moss for a second, actually ends up it was slime that's just so viscous and green it looks like moss. That's almost like dried on the outside of it.
Bird, bring me sample. Bird, bring me sample. Wah.
Oh, it's Gunter?
Fungal dragon. Can I take a closer look at it? At the slime?
I think you found what you're looking for.
Is this reminiscent of the frog hemoth, whatever green mucus thing? Mucus.
Muckass.
Monka-ass.
Okay.
Monka-ass. With I guess I'll use that before nature check. It and your well, hold on. So your dragon goes to get it, right?
Correct.
All right.
I also wanted to, send the thing that's not gonna.
I'm just
Gonna be
trying to
too worried about.
reorient this boat. Sorry, I went back on my word and I began to have to craft this ship again. Okay, alright, okay. Let me check things. Check something real quick. Okay. Yeah, it's able to grab a sample of the mucus and bring it back, and lo and behold, you are able to kind of look it over, and indeed see that it seems to be. In fact, as your guy picks it up or takes like a dried sample of it, it very quickly tries to let go of it because it seems a bit. It has acidic properties, and it seems to try to sort of eat away even in its dried state. It doesn't seem very
I don't remember a frog hemoth doing that.
Neither do I. But maybe.
I think you guys are hunting bigger prey.
I don't like that it's acidic. That's not.
River monsters.
I loved that show. I am a River
This
Monster
is basically
stan.
that show right now.
Oh my god, we're doing the show.
can be a giant carpfish.
Yeah, it's the Chernobyl catfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I've necessarily seen that before. But it's not good signs. I don't want to leave it on the deck because I'm worried. So I'm just gonna have it drop it in the water.
All right, you drop some of this slimy,
Does
crusted
it
over
does it
mucus.
float, sink, dissolve?
It kind of floats. It's kind of gross.
Okay.
You think it might dissipate after a bit, but especially in this dried state, it's just kind of being nasty on there.
I have a vial of acid. Is it how relatable is it to just like a straight up like this acidic?
That's a hard one. Make another kind of intelligence.
Whoa.
Guess it would be a nature check. Sorry, making weird noises. For no reason. Yeah, it seems like they probably that this mucus is kind of a crusted over version of a very potent acid. So comparing it is like you more so think on this acid, and you think that well, yeah, it's you know it's very, very corrosive.
Okay. Good to know. So guys, I think we got an acid frog, and not in the fun sort of way.
Nice.
Well, that
What
was
do
a
you mean
little
by that?
concerning. Fortunately, my people were quite resistant to acid, things of that sort.
I'm not. That would not feel good. So let's try and find it before it finds us.
That
Alright.
seems preferable, yes.
Do you move
I feel like
forward?
you're already being stalked.
Yep, let's move forward. Let's move.
You putty along, going forward. There seems to be kind of like a... It's very difficult to traverse because there's kind of like a bunch of trees and mud in the way. The best bet is probably to go try to sneak it through there, but it's almost kind of blocked off. Does your minion have norm vision? No, it doesn't.
I don't know.
It's supposed to have... It'll have some type of vision. I'll give it normal vision.
Does anybody have
If...
a way to look under Wagwa?
I could just dip my head under the water.
That's the only thing that I can really think of. Otherwise, I can keep snaking through.
I could take a brief dip, look around, see if I see anything.
Are you gonna do that? Well, Well, something happens first.
Okay.
Because as you guys were moving forward, as has been said, you guys were like, oh, it seems like there's a blockage. We might have to go through. And everybody rolled really low on perception. This gathers you right very much out of surprise. And so thusly, I'm going to have to roll a 1d6 and re-roll a 6. If it's 1 or 2, it'll be the skeletons. If it's 3, it'll be the wolf, but sort of solve on it a bit. And then 4 and 5 is Atreus and Pharaoh. Five. Pharaoh.
No.
You're just chilling. You're just kind of vibing, getting this boat around, and everybody is trying to keep on the high, but you are very well distracted, unfortunately, and not paying too close to your. Even if you were paying close to attention to your surroundings, this thing is a master of camouflage. As you see this tree in the water shudder, and it's not even half a second after it shudders that a object springs out of the water, mud splashing everywhere upon the deck as it goes past most of you, going along the deck and up right towards Feyre. Wait, what is this? Is this a check? It's a strength saving throw.
Fuck. Oh,
Oh shit.
I'm getting tongued.
Brag about it.
Oh!
Oh, you make it! You actually made it! It was destined to you to not get eaten right out the gate. You're so lucky. Because as this tongue lashes out, it sticks to you for a moment, but you're able to place your feet on the deck and grab onto the rudder that you were already grabbing onto before, and hold your ground enough for this icky, gross mucus to all leave these trails off your body and stick off like a sticker coming off of a laptop and go back under the tree. But the tree lurches and something seems to go up to try to catch its own tongue, and you see this creature.
Holy shit.
Hey, that's really big.
Jeez.
You have found a potent creature and have thankfully been able to escape its jaws for now. But now you are face to face with a froghemoth about double the size of the other froghemoths you have seen.
I don't know if you guys can
with a
fight
very tree growing out of its back.
CR? Okay, that's a high CR.
Listen,
shit.
I make up the CRs, but I try to make them up to generally maybe give an idea of how intimidating they are off at first glance. And thus
That's intimidating as shit.
You see
I have
this-
been proved wrong by looking at CRs before, so
It's true.
Yeah, but the thing we fought like the most with CR was like
I don't know. I've personally been led astray too many
Malfoy was like a
times.
12.
It's true. The best way to figure out how hard it is to just do those checks. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to tell all of you
Jump
guys
back.
to make initiative after we cut back to the other group. Sorry.
Yay. This is just like a TV episode, how this is playing out.
So A plot, B plot. But which one?
Yeah.
But they're both kind of A plots, maybe.
I think the fight is more concerning right now.
It's definitely more concerning at the moment.
All right. So you find yourself in the hovel of the Plague Speaker. After she lets you in, after Blindbeak
Mentioning a name.
has the question about the names that even you both didn't really know he had found or didn't know before. And so the Plague Speaker kind of calmly looks towards all of you. I'd say there probably is like a chair or something around if you guys wanted to sit. But the Plague Speaker has this sort of regal sense to them, and they look at you. And the first thing that the Plague Speaker says is, "So, how have you heard of the ancient god dragons?"
What?
What? I need to know your opinion on them first.
Well, the thing about Duinok specifically, Norilane, I think I remember, but I'd have to check. Duinok, though, is not necessarily something of belief, except for radicals. It is believed to be amongst dragonkin, a god dragon. Or although it's probably more accurate to be a ancient tale of some sort of demon dragon, a being that is part dragon and part demon lord. It is most of what we know of Duinok is all in tales told in Drashend from the most ancient of the dragons that still live there. But every dragon can trace its ancestry somehow to Duinok and the demon dragon children that Duinok bared.
It sounds like he might not. Is he seen in a good light?
Depends. The dragons of Drashend believe that Duinok had unimaginable strength, a strength that every dragon should achieve. Not so much a worship as much as a goal. But everywhere else, as far as I've surmised, if they do know of Duinok, say of it in whispers and curses. As I said, a demon lord that is no longer here. Be that banished, or if the true tales are true, deceased via its own child, Baramon, the god of good dragons.
I can't say that the term demon dragon bodes well with me.
No, I don't think it bodes. His son talked to me. His I forget the names. Fuck. Let's go.
How so?
Norlane.
How so?
He had been slain long ago, and I have a ability to see things that are not always there to the visible eye. So Norlane talked to me about his to Enoch and his resting place, and asked me to go there.
Which is Drashend, correct?
Is that what I remember?
I don't
Was
know.
it Drashend?
Is it what you remember? That one's good.
Bro.
I don't remember if
I remember you. Well, do Enoch. I'm not. not-
make a intelligence check to remember.
Nor Elaine, bro.
Or you could just smile and nod.
But if I do this intelligence check and I don't remember, does that mean I don't remember at the moment, or is
No,
it like
you
I
could
don't
you could
remember in general?
if you want to double down and say yes. I mean, it's up to you. I will just confirm it or
Well,
not. Yeah, the
yeah,
Nori Lane said verbatim, like, he wants you to bring him to Drashend, where his father is supposed to be slain, and basically let him speak with him again.
Yeah, he did want me to take him to Dreshend, but it didn't turn out that way. He got. It's complicated.
The
But we're heading that
Tale of
way?
Old bones. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Why was this information held from us until now, Blindbeak?
You see I would not. I don't like to upset others. I let Professor Von. No, I did not Professor Von Schwa. It was. Is it Dr. Monty? No, it's Monty. I let Monty know, and I told him of this, but I didn't think it was relevant.
Very well.
It's just dragon speak. Not that it's
As
not
long as we're-
important, but it's. I just didn't think it was relevant to the task at hand.
Well, the part that puzzles me, these dragons are supposed to be dead, right? And yet they were able to still come in contact with you.
I've been able to come in contact with a lot of. You know of my ability. I don't think it should surprise you.
That is true. It was very cryptic in a way. Well, there's more that I want to know from you as well, as I gestured to the shaman. And ask her like, from what I gathered from your knowledge and from other Dragonborn as well, do you yourself have a dragon? That seems to be something among some of your people.
Plague Speaker will narrow eyes and say,
Can I cut him off?
you
No,
can,
no,
you
don't
can
come.
intercede.
People don't own dragons. Dragons own people.
Exactly what I mean. The dragon that they're inclined to worship. Who is their dragon?
Well, always more questions, but
Or
these
curious
questions
ones.
are ones I haven't heard for a very long time. And there's something about these questions, something about your abilities makes me curious. Me telling you these things, something I haven't done to any souls, other than a few strong dragons and the champion. But then again, I haven't talked out of those circles about these things, I suppose. There's a lot to unpack with what you have all brought to me. First and foremost, I suppose I will explain my own background. I, as I have said, am not from here. I am from Dreshen. And I used to belong to a dragon, but they perished and their horde was left to the under horde, which is the group under the leftovers that lie underneath Dreshen. In this moment, I had a bit of self-reflection. I was trying to look at my past, look at others I could serve. And I found that in my own blood, there are secrets. There's this very strong line that leads all the way to very powerful dragons. One of which being a dragon that came here many years ago. Centuries, maybe even thousands of years ago. They were outcast, however, for looking at things that they should not have, and things that I have looked into, and something that goes into what you are speaking of. Gesturing at Blind Beak. There is an old art that has been taught throughout the plates, although not known to many, but has spread amongst those who seek it. Bone speaking, speaking with the dead and deceased without any use of magic and simply listening, and perhaps tapping into the aspect of death that they come from. This leads to much knowledge that should be forgotten. But that did not stop my ancestor. And although my ancestor was exiled from Dreshen for doing such things and forsaking their own horde, even though it is very unbecoming of other dragons to exile it all, especially those that are strong as my ancestor was. But the simple fact is that even though I have followed those steps all the way here to learn about these plagues that they themselves have mastered, and even that they perhaps at one time mastered Gracia, as I attempt to now, they are lost. and I do not know how. I am not a professional at bone speaking, nor have I done it often, nor have I had the opportunity to learn more. I believe it might be out of my power, but I have learned enough to keep the diseases at bay, and to at least know that my dragon still lives here somewhere in the deep, deep, deep slumber. I have been here for decades, building this following and working with other dragons, but never belonging to any of them except for my ancestor, which I know who lives. I just need to find them. Well, not find them. Awaken them.
I see.
God damn, I wanna talk about. This is so much. Holy shit, bro. Ooh.
Here within the heart of Brockmire, you say?
Indeed. There is nothing to be done about it. There is nothing to do with it. It is an impossible curse that was set by Gracia herself. But my dragon sleeps. In the Drown Horde there is a place called the Slumbering Circle. A place where this algae, this type of fungi breaches the surface of the water in a circle. It is hard to detect. It hides itself amongst other brush, other natural things in the swamp, but it is an indication of a circle in which those who enter it will fall under a deep slumber. If you are weak, such as many of my followers, you will only sleep for maybe a couple hours, maybe even minutes if you are particularly weak, but it seems to get worse as you are stronger. For myself, if I go there and I'm not able to resist it, I will fall asleep for a few days. My champion, who themselves is also a creation of this ancestor, would fall asleep for weeks in the presence of the Slumbering Circle. I have not found a way to cure it, no matter how I try to abate diseases or other things.
I see.
And now that all the...
Tell me if...
Never... you can continue.
Shoot, should I cut her off?
I have a bad habit of wanting to monologue forever as characters, just because I could always think of more
You
things
get more
to say.
information, though. Also, champion summers for weeks. Oh, this boy Sean. Okay. But, I'm gonna say... Tell me as well, though, as long as you're still privy to answering questions. Does the name Morbrin seem familiar to you?
Not in the slightest. I don't know. I do not know this. A Morbrin, although that sounds like a name that would come from Drashend, a dragon, maybe.
Okay, well that one was a swing and a miss.
I keep forgetting the swamp name.
Gracia?
The Drown Horde, or oh, Gracia.
Gracia. There we go. I know it starts with a G. Why do you have to work with Gracia? Why not? Can we speak this freely?
Yeah. No, Gracia has been spoken of in worse ways
But
than this.
Yeah.
Well,
if she curses your ancestor, why not cultivate the plants that keep Gracia back?
Gracia is an ancient demon lord from times probably before my ancestor and before my ancestors' ancestors. It is a very powerful beast that only, I believe, he could probably control with his great knowledge and the things he looked into without faltering. A dragon is the only thing I could attribute to the strength to rival that demon lord. And even then, it has the properties of most legends of demon lords, from the core world, invisible, but there. It is a demon lord that can...
I sense him. He is everywhere.
Its great tentacles travel in all of the rivers and the mud of Brockmire, which is why it is so easy to contract diseases. Although you cannot see its body and its body is not physical to most, it still influences things.
Do you know where your ancestor is?
Yes,
Was that was the sleeping place, right?
the slumbering circle is within the center of the Drown Horde. But I doubt that, and I don't want to be rude, but I doubt that you could do anything if even my own knowledge of Grasia and the sicknesses that it leaves cannot cure or even get me close to the sleeping place of my dragon.
If you give me a day, I'll use my prophecy sight to see what I could do. That's as much as I could help.
I see.
Wow, this is a lot.
You all have so many questions. You must expect the significant answers.
I think Sinbad's the only one who knows about it, right? The prophecy site.
I am curious about this ability of yours. I think I have heard legends of other places with similar things, but I have never looked into them myself.
You seem to also have some sort of ability to communicate. Maybe we should do this together, or maybe bonecast together. See how that works.
Perhaps. There still remains the problem, though, of this Malphoric and getting people together. I don't think we should dally on that too long, as this sleet storm might only grow worse. I have a newfound respect for you all, though. You do seem to... You have an inquisitive mind, such as my own. And I think that you might be useful in the end for helping with these things, but it still leaves that you are all part of a different world. I have put myself in bone casting and bone speaking, and in the death of others, and in doing an exchange so that I can put off Grasia and satisfy her with sacrifices. But I know it is not easy for others such as yourselves to sully yourselves in such work. It is not easy, and it does not go without its prices.
Wait, so bone casting costs like the death of... You have to kill someone and then you bone cast? Or... I don't know.
It is a complicated art. It does not always require sacrifice, but it does require certain powers and a connection to death. Usually one that has been risen before can have but is still whole with their soul and all of their energies intact, has a certain inkling on it, can do it a bit easier than some, but it is a sort of death and rebirth that requires very specific circumstances.
Would Blindbeak have be considered this way? Because he was basically dead. I mean, this is backstory question, I guess, but...
I mean, there was that period of time where you kind of just, that whole thing happened. It's up to you to interpret, with that.
I would like to know more if you have the time to teach me whenever.
Now is probably not the time.
No.
Yeah, we got a whole thing we gotta do.
Yes, this is quite contrary to the matter that you were bringing to me. It seems you were talking
Well,
about
I
some
didn't-
sort of fighting, and then you all came with
I
your
didn't know
wonderful
any of that.
questions. No, it's understandable.
So the rose.
I appreciate it more than others. In fact, it is refreshing. I surround myself with these savages only because, well, they are influenceable, and it is an easy way to gain
Oh,
the boons away from the sicknesses.
now they're not that bad.
I see. You are a girl boss and manipulator.
I
What does
s-
that even mean?
there,
Gaslight gatekeeper.
there,
Almost.
there are some that are outliers, such as Lord Crag. I consider as a bit more intelligent, but I am basing this off of a reasonable majority. It is a rare occurrence where they will, well, they have to dull their own minds and senses to be able to commit the butchery and such that they do. Although I shouldn't be so cruel. I do put them up to this, and it was something that actually comes from traditions that have been supplanted here for some time. I just simply have exploited them. Adjusts glasses.
Smiles so brightly.
And at this point, I will give you this. You do not have to call me Plague Speaker in private, although I would rather you call me Plague Speaker Shaman or Shaman Lord in the presence of others. But truly, amongst you all who I already tell so much, my name is Dr. Volden Mox.
Volven Mox.
Volden Mox.
I feel like me and Doc could be friends.
You went to an accredited university?
I
Where
am a,
is your PhD
I am a
from?
self-appointed medical doctor in which I am able to cure the many ailments of the people here and different diseases and such. Doctor is also a title I had when I was in the town, or I still associated more with the townsfolk than with these people. But the townsfolk, well, they didn't find kindly to my need of their deceased and my own experiments.
Oh.
Oh, indeed.
Well, this again goes against what you were here to discuss, I believe. I again leave you with the advice that you should find dissenters and try to challenge them, perhaps, and that will both not get rid of my loyalists, but also give you your challenging. But otherwise, there are other ways. Perhaps killing a big beast, one of those river kings, or a large group of froghemoths.
A really, really big froghemoth.
Yeah, like a.
What that?
Oh, you've heard.
Huge.
You've heard
double
of
the
the
size.
frogiaths then, or frogiathans.
Where can we find such a thing, though?
There actually has been talk that one has settled within the mud baths up to the north.
Oh, I see.
Yes, taking
isn't
the
that where-
seat of a black dragon.
Isn't that where they were heading?
We have no idea.
The last
Climb
you
Big
heard of, the last
Size
you heard of
with
us
this
was when you saw Farah's Facebook post.
Yeah.
Got an eel.
Feyre seems to be doing.
Hashtag new best friend.
Such a good drawing.
Yeah, you gotta draw another one where they're.
If you guys
where they're
had
friends
contact mirrors, this could be like
Will
an
do.
actual legitimate joke.
If only.
Farah with her
now.
arm
Do
around
contact
people.
mirrors exist here? Because
Error moment.
Yeah, they do. We
I was gonna
found
say, well,
one.
You found
We
one, you
found
didn't
one,
know
but
what
it
it was though. And you guys tried to use it
Exactly.
without knowing what it was.
Yeah.
But like that it was in. I don't think they exist in Terofane.
What do you
or all
mean?
that often. They're not as
Yeah,
common
fair.
as they
You
are
have
now.
you
That's
have only
fair,
seen
that's fair.
one in the one warehouse.
I don't think they're
place where it's,
commonly
like,
used.
weird
Yeah.
They're definitely
arcanist
not
guy.
common here.
Either way,
I mean,
so
I don't think it would be as bad, especially with like the war, if they
Yeah.
had
Can I
contact
use-
mirrors everywhere.
yeah.
Can I try and sense people's auras and maybe see if they align more with Malphoric? I guess trying to see who.
You could.
I wanna look
I'd
inside
say
their
that could
hearts.
be an insight check. Yeah, for sure, for sure. But with that, I can reveal their name now. I can put that in. It's in
Can
my
I- can I
GM name
insight,
thing
or-
before.
Can I get advantage with this insight?
You'll have to go back first, and with that, we'll be switching over to the very high stress cliffhanger moment that we left.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys are all
Don't
leaving.
grumble.
Dr. Volenmox will
Yeah.
say, it has been a pleasure, and, well, hopefully we can work together to find a solution for both of our problems, and we can have more chats like this. But for now, I think that you have the right heading.
Very well. I'm glad we're able to speak on such matters. Getting more information about those plates. Always good to know.
It is a dark place, but it has its own history.
That I can see. Thank you so much for your courtesy. And I bow before I leave.
Does the kind of chin raising thing to acknowledge you.
I
Kind of.
appreciate our chat. I hope it's not our last.
Yep, we'll be going now. Okay, bye.
Let's see how 3 PCs.
I definitely I think it's funny how No Fear comes in like, all right, let's talk about a fun fight, and then it's like, I am a doctor looking for my ancient ancestor. I speak with the dead to try to find them, and I am trying to commune with the demon lord of diseases. And then Hunter Fear's like, all right, let's
Got really uncomfortable.
cool.
I haven't been
Not
playing
expecting
him
that.
as lighthearted as I intended originally, so
No, that's okay. No, I get it. It's very I just think it's funny. There's good dynamics going on. Either way, let me not put in this song. Oh,
Time to pick the frog song.
Frog song.
Frog song.
the angler, baby.
all right then.
Bro, I'd shit my pants if this music started playing and I saw this guy.
Dude, I'd shit my pants if I just saw this guy.
He's
That's
huge.
fair.
I don't need music.
I need the music.
Everybody make
Incapable of shitting my pants. Both, cause no shit and no pants.
No shit, no pants.
all right.
Alright, initiative time.
Yeah, initiative time. We're only gonna be able to do like 2 turns, but we'll see if you guys are able to navigate some sort of I don't know what you guys are planning. Speedrun title. We have that in our Twitch thing. Speedrun 100%.
Light
My
the tree on fire.
my haste would go off at the start of this because I had it.
Oh, you did have it prepared.
I'll allow it. So it got the first surprise, but I'll allow you to put on your haste if you wish.
Sinbad's gonna try and wrong warp over to that location right now.
It's past 15
I'm
minutes.
gonna
There's a
commit
power
myself
TP.
into a wall and then head over here.
You suddenly teleport right on top of the Frogiathan.
I punch it in its eye.
I'll punch it in its other eye.
I'll put a ward down.
You
so
don't
can
want to
teleport.
punch its eye. I'll tell you right now.
Cringe.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Oh,
Alright. I said everybody to snap to grid. Alright. So Let me roll for the Frogiathan. Do I tell you this beforehand, or do I just let you guys discover?
I think
What?
beforehand.
What?
This beast seems to hold itself and be intimidating enough of a. It seems it would spark legends. And strike forth in such a way.
Also, need eel.
Do you guys think
Where's the
it might be a
Put eel
legendary
into initiative.
creature?
Might be a legendary creature, maybe.
Honestly,
might have
I'm gonna.
Maybe it might have.
You made really good like little crocodile fish adjacent art. I'm just gonna use your small ink minion for now, if you don't mind, Bella.
For what?
For the eel.
Yeah, sure.
Just I'll give it a different halo because I was not prepared for eel to become Honestly, this whole thing was supposed to be like if you guys, well, anyhow, there wasn't a different event where you guys were led to this point, but either way, it's a good way of doing it. All right, first and foremost. Definitely at the beginning of the initiative is Feyre.
Oh shit!
Remember calling lightning?
You got this
down?
sticky
That's kinda cool.
shit all over your side because you were licked. You're just really lucky that it didn't. You were able to be strong enough to resist the stickiness.
I'm trying to debate whether I should just use call lightning or jump on the frog.
Either way, could move boat little bit, even if it's just like
Where?
going sideways.
I
Can't really
would
move a
say
boat.
it'd be your one of your actions since you're hasty to navigate boat or work boat. I'll say it's since it's got this rudder. It hasn't been that long since Water Walk. It's how long does it last? Like an hour?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still up 100%. It's been like 10, 20 minutes. I'll say 10.
Could I do a combat analysis check?
Absolutely. It's always a free one combat analysis check allowed every turn.
Can I do that? Can I see how much health it has?
Yeah, that's a status check. Mm-hmm.
Status check. Okay, cool.
So yeah, make a nature,
Didn't know we could do that.
history, arcana. Or wait, no, arcana is one of them.
I can't wait to see 200
Insight,
health.
nature, history, or arcana check. I think.
Shit, all of those suck. I'm gonna try to insight it. Ugh.
Unfortunately, you are unable to gather any knowledge. Yeah, sorry if I didn't make this clear before in previous status combat analysis checks. You could totally do its status, and its status will tell you its health and AC. And I'll also probably let you. I'll tell you like one of its stats or something, like strength or something.
It's probably got a big AC, so I'm gonna use call lightning because that'll ignore that.
That boy's gotta be weak to lightning.
Is
Look
it
at him.
cloudy?
I think his AC
It's
might be
been
low.
it's been
Doesn't seem-
hella cloudy.
Yeah.
Call it down on its fucking trunk. And
I'm gonna call upon the power of the storm to summon lightning from the sky onto the frog.
All right, you hold your spear, and it starts to glow, and you basically pull it down in a motion, which the skies rumble in response, and suddenly a strike of lightning comes down straight towards the tree growing out of its back. Dexterity saving throw, right?
Yeah, dex save.
there's no way this motherfucker's that dexterous.
It's just really good at a lot of things. It's like I said, it holds itself in a legendary manner. It seems good. It's a good beast. Strong beast.
Good beastie.
Fuck.
It still
Guys,
takes half.
I don't
though,
think I
right?
want to fight this.
Yeah, it'd be half of
It takes half of the half.
It's lightning resistant.
Froghemoths are actually also resistant. They just have shock susceptibility. Which you do see as it takes this damage, it seems to, which is 2 damage.
That's a shit roll.
Wait, oh no, it's 7 on 40, 10? No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So that's still like 2. For, yeah, it's 2 damage. And you do see as it has those same like kind of contractions as the other Froghemoth that you fought did. But you also notice as it starts to shock like that, you see that its limbs start to glow with a little bit of this yellow light, and the electricity seems to continually shock it for a bit, but travel along its tentacles. So it seems to be both buffed and debuffed a little bit. But in what manner, you don't know.
I think we shouldn't do this without
I
the whole
agree.
party.
Well, unfortunately, with that knowledge, it is end of time.
No, I still have another action.
Okay, you do your.
I just wanna swing the boat around and book it.
Okay, yeah. No, you could totally do that. This boat's pretty fast. But it'll take a little bit for it to like turn around. I'd say you can get like 15 feet away. So let's see.
All right.
This like this far away.
Okay.
Or well, no, hold on. I'm being indecisive. Because you are swinging it around as well, so it's kind of, it takes a little bit for it to.
I throw the boat in reverse.
Can you make a general intelligence check just to, with advantage to navigate it as well? Just like work its workings. This is probably not how they work.
Woo! Fucking pog.
Woo!
Nice.
Yeah, no, you're definitely able to make it there and just use this tiller and the fan and just start screaming as this big beast is looking at you.
We gotta get out of here. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
And with that chase sequence up and coming, we have to end the session there because it is time. I had this fight prepped up, or potentially a fight if you guys fought people at the camp too. But it ended up being another RP sesh, which personally I enjoy. I like RP sessions. But you guys haven't had a fight since your other level up, so I know you guys might be hankering for it.
Fact.
Before we end the stream, I mean, I want to do like a video reel, like just edit together a little simple thing so that I can have it going during the intro thing I have with Hi Isaac, but also have like a little thing for the fun art you guys make. But I totally want to show stream the art of that Jimmy made. And
so good.
any other art. Also, yeah, was Treyas redesigned last session? I forget.
Yeah.
I guess I'll talk about that afterwards. But yeah, hold on. If you need to go, you can totally go. I just want to. Where the frick frack was this? Oh, it's just in Terofane. All right.
I like that idea, Isaac.
Let me try to do streamer things and actually show stuff. I think everybody's gonna see my face, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it.
Let's go.
His face.
Hi, chat.
Wow. Oh my god, it is just a big hi chat. Oh my god, it's all fucked. I got. What did I say?
Yeah, maybe do that without saying goodbye. Bye.
Ah! Oh,
Bye,
bye, Quinn.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Gwen.
Ah! This cam's all fucked up. I need to move the hi chat actually. It's blocking the window.
My stream must be sleeping behind because oh, now I see it.
No, yeah, stream delay is always the real saddest part of of streaming.
Yeah.
All right, so I like this. This is good. I didn't really get to look at it right, but I like the details you got.
It's so good.
Went fishing for sport, but found a friend instead. Wah wah wah. The day of reckoning is upon us. I'm glad we liked that one.
What's orange?
I'm glad Orange
Yeah.
has its own
like it.
Instagram account.
Yeah.
Trey, it's like that one.
You sent me
Trace, you might be the one like managing his account.
Treyas art.
Yeah.
People have an account
Trace
for their pet.
Trace has
cat
a cat
account.
account.
Treyas would have a cat account.
Trace did not
would.
post that though.
Here's the-
Trace doesn't know where that came from.
The new
Yeah,
the new
it's appeared on
small
the
minion.
account.
The new small ink minion. I love these
Look at our
redesigns.
guy.
These redesigns are so good. I-
Look at him.
I don't know why I can't see where you posted the you made that one really quick too, the crocodile one for Treyas specifically.
Yeah, and then I made it better. I made an ugly one really quick. I posted it in the art chat.
You did? Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
I wish I could draw.
Blind.
Yeah.
Blind.
Learn.
It's
I
so much
dare you.
work.
You start with a circle.
Is it this one?
And then you
Add
add
little
two
arms.
circles
Or is it no?
Yep.
and a
Is it?
smile.
It's
No,
like four
no,
pictures
no,
from
no.
the
You have
bottom.
Kirby.
Yeah.
It's
Then you
this
have
one.
Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
Got new Treyas in disguise.
You know I
Treyas core world appearance, which I love.
Covering up
I
his chest and
I
nose.
absolutely love the concept of like changing appearance for the zone. You know, it's like how shows have season, different season
Outfits.
outfits. Yeah.
Yeah, well, people
Yeah.
were saying that they looked weird and they were self-conscious about it. They gotta fit in.
We got the fungal dragons that we've been seeing summoned by
let's
our
go.
boy. And we even have the new Cyanoi being all froggy. Also fitting into the new surroundings. That's just Jackal's Nilbin. We've seen Jackal's Nilbin. Oh my god, this
Good
is
old
still one
Jack.
of my favorites. I love this one. That's good. That's good. I'm trying to
I can't tell which one we're looking at yet.
Oh, where it's the I think you made it. Yeah, what's this? Alex the lion from
Yeah, Alex the
Madagascar.
lion.
That's it.
Yeah, that.
It's good. I love how it's like 2-bit too, except for where you drew it. It's really funny.
Yeah.
Oops. And then we got this also this art. I don't know why they're all so zoomed in. You draw it with like HD graphics, I think. But I like that this was a moment when you got frozen over at the and knocked unconscious at the cannon. That was good. Oh,
do remember
mouth art. Did I ever show you guys this one? The mouth art, where
Oh,
it's
we got
it's
drunk as
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not
Yeah.
it's yeah, when you got drunk but
Yeah.
you had
Yeah.
the mud and like the cork and you were trying to make like the spell components.
Ziggurat.
Yeah, that was really good. I like
I
it.
still haven't seen that yet. Mm-hmm.
Just face
That
down.
one's very
You have
good.
your little space blanket.
Mm-hmm.
We got this one, which I love.
That's
Very
so
good. Just atmospheric art of a feels moment for our mysterious future seeing bird. Got Chibi. I'm trying to show all the art that doesn't get shown because of characters. Because I've never done that before, but I want it to be in one of these. I want to do it more often if it happens. I like this too. This was also made by Nalf in MS Paint. Very, you know, it's very good. It's very. I wonder what's going to happen to with Orange. Not suspicious
Mouth, I'm
at
gonna
all.
kiss you.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Any other art I should showcase? We got Jed. Got Jed.
Alright. I gotta go do some chores.
Yeah, it's probably. I'll just show Jed, who was a character that you guys harassed last time, made by Bella.
Bye guys, I'll see you later. Thank you for the
Bye
fun session.
bye.
Bye.
Yo, is that Jed
Bye.
from the Quarry?
Nah. Nah.
That was a good one, Bella.
Thank you.
It's Jed
Sorry.
from Heroes of Terofane. Alright, though. With all that art.
You know how old that art is?
Yeah, it's old. Listen, that's exactly what happens to me. I draw art for plates like thousands of years ahead of hand, and then I finally get to use it like after 5 billion years.
I drew you a different bird recently, and when you showed that one, and I was looking at it the first time, and I'm like, man, that looks awful. Why did I just drew that? Why does it look so bad? And then I was going through my old art, and I saw it in like my folder of art from last year, and I was like, oh, it's not the one I just drew. That's why.
The art style progression.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is also a sign though that if you make art for the game, it will be used eventually. It just might take a while because I see your guys' art and I go, ooh, this would be perfect for blank, but then you have to go over and get to blank. So that's how it'd be. All right though. That's it.
Thank you, stream.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, stream.
Bye,
Bye
stream.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Bye bye bye.